Welcome on into another Phillies edition of Play-by-Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. Another one tonight for the Phils as they look to right the ship and will host the Miami Marlins. And, last night's game they got shut out and only had 4 hits. And, they had a team meeting today, apparently, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But clearly, this team is in shambles right now, and they have to get a win tonight. Tonight is a must-win for them, and that's an understatement. So they're going to have to go out there. They're going to have to be really dominant on both sides of the diamond. And Tyler Phillips is going to be taking the mound for the Phils. We'll get to him in just a little bit. But the main thing that is the main focus for tonight is that the Phillies decided to shake the lineup a little bit. Trey Turner is not in the lineup tonight. And not only that, but Nick Castellanos is batting in the 2 spot. So, don't know what that means, but definitely Rob had a meeting today. And it seems like right now they're mixing up the lineup a little bit. And they're trying to do whatever they can. I don't know if this is real. I mean, I guess that you have to do something here. But Rob seems to really be hitting the panic button, it seems like, and he's just trying to make some sort of a drastic change. And finally, that has happened right now. As far as the Phillies today go, Castellanos, who's batting in the 2 spot, he's hitting .246. He has 15 homers and 58 RBI on the season. Hasn't batted in the 2 hole in quite some time. He did go 1 for 3 in last night's game and also did have a double and 1 strikeout. But you're really going to need this offense to just start clicking again. And I don't know if the lineup change is going to be something that helps them per se, but hopefully they can just come out on top and just swing the bats really well and put up some really good at-bats, because I think that that's really been their Achilles heel. And it's not just one guy that's been struggling. It's not a simple fix as just saying that Bryson Stott has been the only problem in this lineup. It's way more deeper than just Bryson Stott. Everybody in this lineup has really been struggling for the most part. And so Brandon Marsh has not been doing such a good job. He's batting in the 8th hole today. Yohan Rojas has been making a little bit of noise, but with all due respect, if Yohan Rojas is one of your best hitters, that says a lot about your ball club. And so you're really going to need other guys to step up, and you're going to need Bryce Harper to have some really good at-bats and Alec Bohm to try to do a good job as well. But it's not looking good. And Rob Thompson wanted to make a change to the lineup tonight, and he did. And let's see how that works out in this game. Now, Tyler Phillips is on the mound tonight for the Phils. He has a 4.83 ERA. And there's 23 strikeouts on the season. Has a 4-1 record. He's 26 years old. Last time he pitched, he actually allowed 4 earned runs against the Dodgers. Didn't have a bad outing, but didn't have his best stuff either. He didn't start off the game too well, and then he sort of settled down afterwards after a little bit of time. Ended up allowing 6 hits and 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Got 9 guys to ground out and 9 guys to fly out as well, on a total of 79 pitches. And I think that what you're really going to need him to do on the mound today is you're going to need him to go 6-7 innings. Hopefully he can try to utilize his off-speed pitches from a good perspective. I think that as the game went on the last time, I noticed that his changeup, which started off really, really poorly, it seemed like that he sort of settled down and he was able to locate his pitches better. And you're going to really need him to be on his A game today. And you're going up against Edward Cabrera, who has also had a pretty good season so far. So Cabrera does have a 5.20 ERA. However, he has 68 strikeouts and 55 in the third. And the last time he pitched, he went 7 innings and he had 4 strikeouts. He hasn't allowed an earned run since July. So the ERA looks really high, but that doesn't tell the full stats either, right? So in the month of July, he actually went 22 innings. He allowed just 15 earned runs and had 25 strikeouts. And in the month of August, he's been doing a very, very good job, too. He's one of those guys that has really had a better second half to this All-Star break. And I don't really know how the Phillies are going to get a lot of runs off of him because he's been really good against teams like Baltimore, against the Atlanta Braves, and the San Diego Padres. So, not trying to be a Debbie Downer here, but you're really going to have to put up some really good at-bats against him, and you're going to have to foul off pitches and just work up that pitch count if you're the Phillies. And I don't really know if they can do that. So, all right. Let us know what your final score predictions are down below. Now, Cabrera has not faced the Phillies this season. So, he did not play against the Phillies this season. But the last time he did pitch against the Phillies, it was on July 31st of 2023. He allowed 6 walks in 3 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, and only had 3 strikeouts in that game. But the Phillies were able to get a hold of him. And maybe that's something that we can sort of look at as a positive. Phillies are still 6 games above the Atlanta Braves, if that means anything to some of y'all. I still think that that's still pretty good news. They're also 8 games above the New York Mets, who are also on a 4-game losing streak. The Braves just started winning, and they've won their last 2 games in a row. But Phillies have to take care of their business. They can't be looking at the standings. They can't be watching and seeing how these other teams are doing. They really need to just take care of their own business, and they need to put runs on the board. That's what has to be. That's what has to be done. Look, I'll get to you guys in just a little bit. I know that y'all are commenting on here, but there's some more stuff that I definitely want to get into. Yeah, we're just about ready to get started. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm looking at the TV. I'm looking at the comments. So, all right, Sauer Phillips will be taking the bump tonight for the Phils. Again, the biggest news today is that Nick Castellanos is batting second in the lineup, and Trey Turner is not in the lineup today. Phillies are now 1.5 games behind the LA Dodgers in the National League for the best record. And they're 2 games above the Brewers and the Diamondbacks and the Padres. So that battle is getting really close now. Phillies are 69-50. All right, so here we go. We are just about ready to get underway. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Phillies are in their white and red pinstripes, and they're taking on the Miami Marlins, who are 45-75 on the season and have a 21-36 record on the road. All right, so Xavier Edwards will be leading things off for the Marlins. Then it's Jake Berger, Jesus Sanchez, Jonah Bride, Kyle Stowers, Otto Lopez, Derek Hill, Emmanuel Rivera, and Ali Sanchez. Somebody's literally adjusting the camera just to get their shot. That's really funny. So again, it's Xavier Edwards, Jake Berger, Jesus Sanchez, Jonah Bride, Kyle Stowers, Otto Lopez, Derek Hill, Emmanuel Rivera, and Ali Sanchez that are in the lineup tonight for the Marlins. And the Phillies will have Schwarber, Castellanos, Harper, Bohm, Stott, Realmuto, Sosa, Marsh, and Rojas. Here's Tyler Phillips, who will take the rubber today. He has a 4-1 record. This is his 7th game of the season and his 6th start. Does have a 4.83 ERA and 23 strikeouts in 31 2/3 of an inning with just 8 walks allowed too. So it's a pretty dead ballpark tonight, not going to lie. Not a lot of people are in the stands here. And Xavier Edwards will be coming up to the plate. Marlins are in their black and white uniforms, have white Marlins letters painted across the chest, and have white letters and numbers on the back. The pitch, and that's taken for a strike. All right. Hi, everybody. So it's no balls, 1 strike. Edwards is batting .359 on the season, and the 0-1 will foul it back towards the screen. Xavier did have 2 stolen bases in last night's game and ended up scoring on an E2. And that's his 3rd consecutive game where he has stolen a base and has gotten on base as well via hit. So no balls, 2 strikes to Xavier Edwards, the starting shortstop for the Miami Marlins. And the 0-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball hit over to second base. Stott has it, throws over to first, and there's 1 gone already. All right, so Jake Berger is coming up. Defensively for the Phils, they'll have JT behind the plate, Tyler Phillips on the mound, and the infielders will be Harper at first, Stott at second, Bohm at third, and Sosa at short. And then out in left field will be Brandon Marsh. The center fielder is Johan Rojas, and the right fielder is Nick Castellanos. Pitch to Berger, and he'll foul it back towards the screen. Crew chief for tonight, you got Chris Conroy behind the plate, calling the balls and the strikes. Then it's Alex McKay over at first. Brian Onora is the second base umpire, and Brendan Miller is over at third. And the 0-1 will hit Jake Berger right square on the elbow, just above the elbow. And Berger gets on with a hit by pitch. That was up and in. Ended up getting the ADT sign right on Jake Berger's jersey. So now Jesus Sanchez will step up to the plate. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on those notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when I go live. And the pitch, and that is inside, way inside, for a ball. Jesus Sanchez batting .240 with 15 homers and 47 RBI as well. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Now it's a 1-1 count. Sanchez is 26 years old. He's 6'3". Will be 27 in October. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to the right side for a base hit, and Castellanos will get over to it. Stopping over at second base is Berger. And we have two runners on with the one out already in the top of the first. And Jonah Bride is going to come on up to the plate. Sanchez has recorded a hit in each of his last 3 games as well, and has also scored a run in those games too. He's homered 2 games in a row. Had a homer on Sunday against the San Diego Padres. And then also hit a solo shot last night. The pitch by Tyler Phillips, and that's taken for strike 1 to Jonah Bride. He's batting .265, has 4 homers and 16 runs driven in on the season. The ball is 1 strike. Over at second base is Berger, and the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe as well, and turn on those notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when I go live. The 1-1 pitch on the way. That is low for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike to Bride, and the next pitch, fly ball, hit out over to left field. That's going back towards the track, and it is gone. Tyler Phillips gives up a 3-run homer to start off the game in the top of the first, and that's how we start off the game. That's the 5th homer of the season, and that look by that Phillies fan says it all. So Jonah Bride goes yard, and already it's a 3-0 game. Pitch was right out over the middle of the plate, and Phillips just looked like he threw a hanger. It was a sinker that came in at 92 miles per hour. 1 out, and the pitch. Line drive back up the middle for a base hit by Kyle Stowers. He's batting .197, then singles back up the middle, and there's 1 out. So the left fielder able to get on base and get a single, followed up on the pitch right after the home run allowed by Jonah Bride. There's Rob Thompson in the Phillies dugout. Not so happy about the 3-run homer that was allowed. And Otto Lopez will try to come on up to the plate, batting over on the right side. 3 homers and 23 RBI. And the pitch is low for a ball. So Bride already puts the Marlins on the board. It's 3-0 on a 3-run homer allowed by Tower Phillips. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Runner leading off over at first base, and that's Stowers. And the pitch on the way. That is low and outside for ball 2. You know, ever since the All-Star break, I was looking at some of these Philly stats here. And I was looking at the Marlins a little bit as well. Phillies are literally 23rd in walks ever since the All-Star break, and also 23rd in RBI. Actually, sorry, they're 21st in walks. Their ERA since the All-Star break in the first inning has also been a 5.48. At least 1 run allowed in the first inning in each of the last 5 games. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball hit over to third. The flip over the second, there's 1. And the throw back over to first, not in time. It is a fielder's choice ground out by Otto Lopez. He is safe over at first. Hopefully you're all doing well. Phillies are also, ever since the All-Star break, they are top 15 in strikeouts as well. And are 24th in runs scored. The pitch, and that is taken for a strike, just on the upper third of the zone. So Derek Hill is up to bat. 3-0 Marlins. In the top of the first already. 2 outs and a runner on over at first. And the 0-1. Fly ball hit out over towards left center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Rounding second and going over to third is Lopez. The throw is way off the line. And that is a 2-out double hit by Derek Hill. And already Emmanuel Rivera is coming up. The pitching on the other side of things, guys, by the way, they have the 5th highest ERA ever since the All-Star break. And also, not a lot of strikeouts. Caleb Cotham is going to go out there already to talk things over with Tower Phillips. Already 4 hits allowed in just the first inning, and there's only 2 outs. So in case you are just tuning in, Phillies are down 3-0 in the top of the first, and they haven't even come up to bat yet. Edwards grounded out over to second. Berger got hit by a pitch. Sanchez singled. That was Jesus Sanchez, and then Jonah Bride of the 3-run homer. Stowers is over at third. He got on via single. Otto Lopez is over at third, and then it's Derek Hill who's over at second. Lopez got on with the fielder's choice. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Rivera up at the plate, and the pitch, swing and a miss. Rivera batting .216, 1 homer, and 14 runs batted in as well. The ball is 1 strike, and the next pitch is called a strike, even though it looked a little bit outside. It's a 0-2 count. Phillies lost yesterday 5-0, and were blanked by the Miami Marlins. Valente Beloso ended up going his longest outing of the season. Actually, sorry, it was the longest outing of his career. And the pitch is taken for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes to Emmanuel Rivera. And the next pitch is bounced foul. Phillies will have Schwarber leading things off in the bottom of the first. Then it's Nick Castellanos and Bryce Harper. One ball, two strikes. Phillips getting ready to throw pitch number 25 here of this first inning, and that misses way down low and way outside. 16 strikes and 9 balls thrown in this inning by Tower Phillips. However, he's looked very shaky, to say the least. And the 2-2, and that's going to hit Rivera. Let's see, or do they call it a foul ball? Does it say it hit the knob of the bat? I think that's what they're going to rule it as. Let's see again. Saved by the knob. Yep, just got a little bit of the knob. Thought first it hit him, but it just caught a little bit of the bat. Saved by the knob, that's a new one. Any of you ever see Saved by the Bell? Now you're going to think about that Saved by the Knob. Sounds like a very weird spin-off show. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Phillips gets set at the belt. And the 2-2, swing and a miss. And Rivera does strike out. However, the Marlins send 8 men up to the plate. And the Phillies already have some catching up to do as we go to the bottom of the first. Matt Gelb says, Phillies have allowed a first inning run in 5 straight games. They're lucky it was only 3 runs tonight. Crazy. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe as well. Turn on those notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when I go live. All right, so we go to the bottom of the first. Phillies are coming up to bat. It'll be Schwarber, Castellanos, Harper, Bohm, Stott, Realmuto. And then it'll be Sosa, Marsh, and Rojas. So Schwarber is DHing, Castellanos is playing out in right field. Then it's Harper who's over at first. Then over at third base it is Alec Bohm. Second baseman is Bryson Stott. JT is catching behind the plate. And Edmundo Sosa is going to be playing over at shortstop. Then it's Brandon Marsh out in left field. And Johan Rojas is playing out in center. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. Comment what your final score predictions are down below if you'd like to. Derek Gunn just tweeted out a great move for the Falcons because Matthew Judon just got traded. Just got that alert on my phone. A 4-hit first inning by the Marlins. Let's see if the Phillies have a response here. So Schwarber will be leading things off. Kyle in last night's game ended up going 0 for 4. He has honestly gone hitless in each of his last 4 games. The first pitch is taken on the outside corner. It's called a ball, though. He's 0 for his last 14. Since he was on a hitting streak. The 1-0 pitch, and that's taken at the knees for strike 1. And the count is now 1-1. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Now it's a 1-2 count. Cabrera this season, this will be his 13th start. He has a 5.20 ERA. But don't be fooled by that. It was at one point a 7.08. And it's gone down ever since then. He's been really hot in the month of July and August. And the 1-2 swing and a miss. A changeup that is swung on and missed by Kyle Schwarber. And there's already 1 gone in the bottom of the first. Edward Cabrera, ever since the All-Star break, has gone 27 innings. He has an ERA of 2. And opponents are batting 194 against him. Part of it is because the slider has been really good. Pitch to Castellanos, who's batting in the 2 spot, is taken at the knees for strike 1. 0-1. And Castellanos holds his swing as it was a foot off the plate. Defensively for the Fish, well, their catcher is going to be Ali Sanchez. On the mound, it is Edward Cabrera. Over at first base, it's Jonah Bride. Otto Lopez is over at second. And the 1-1 is swung on and missed. Emmanuel Rivera is over at third. Then it's Xavier Edwards over at shortstop. 7, 8, and 9 will be Stowers, Hill, and Jesus Sanchez. 1-2, ground ball it sharply over to third. Rivera has it, flips it over to first, and it's just in time. Nice dig out by Jonah Bride, and a good play too by Emmanuel Rivera. Jake Berger is the DH today. And by that, just scooping it up, getting it into the heel of the glove, throwing it over to first. Good extension by Bride. And there's already 2 up, 2 down. Comes Bryce Harper, who takes the first pitch way outside for a ball. It's now 1-0. And it's now 1-0 in the count. And Harper's going to call for time here. The 1-0, swing and a miss, or a foul ball, actually. Regardless, it's a 1-1 count. Bryce is 2 for 5 against Cabrera with a solo homer. The pitch on the way. Line drive, golf down the right field line. It is a fair ball. It's going to go all the way towards the corner. And Harper is going to round first, go on over to second base, and stand up over at second with a stand-up 2-out double. Now it's Alec Bohm's turn to come on up to the plate. Looks like he got a hanging slider and was able to take advantage of one thrown by Edward Cabrera and did a good job at following through with the swing. And he gets some golf claps in the dugout. Gives his gloves over to the batting boy. And a 2-out double hit by Bryce Harper. So now Bohm is coming up. And the first pitch to Alec is low for a ball. You know, Harper, I'm not trying to sound nitpicky here. I don't think I am, but when he ran out of the batter's box, he wasn't really hustling. One ball, no strikes to Alec Bohm. And the pitch to Bohm, and that jammed him inside. He pops it up out over towards shallow center field, and on the run is Lopez, and he'll make the catch. And the inning is over. Pitch was way inside, and Bohm pops up. And that's how the inning comes to an end. No runs, just a 2-out double by Bryce Harper. And Bohm pops out to end the inning. And we go to the top of the second. 3-0 Fish. All right. So we're going already to the top of the second. 9, 1, and 2 are due up in the order, and they're going to be facing Tyler Phillips here. Look, okay. We're going to the second inning. I asked a poll question, as I always do. I want to know, does benching Trey Turner send a big enough message to the clubhouse? And maybe this is not good timing because of how the first inning panned out. So, of course, this is going to be skewed now a little bit. But I'd like to hear your thoughts about that because I don't think that it solves anything, if I'm being honest with you. I really don't. We'll go to the top of the second. It's already 3-0 Miami. Let's take a sip of water. Don't forget, if you want to donate, you're more than welcome to do so. I go on here for every single day for Phillies baseballs, pretty much 76ers basketball and Eagles football. Try to give you most play-by-plays on here. And the pitch. Ground ball hit over towards the mound. Ali Sanchez grounds out over to Tyler Phillips as the throw over to first. Looked a little bit low, but Harper was able to catch it. And one pitch and one out here in the top of the second. NBC Sports Philadelphia just put out a quote, and I kind of wanted to read it. It was earlier today from the Phillies manager, Rob Thompson. So let's read that right now as we head back to the top of the order. First pitch to Xavier Edwards is in there for strike one. So Rob Thompson was quoted on whether to call the team meeting for the Phillies. He said, quote, "It depends on a lot of things. It depends on the attitude and where I think the guys' minds are at." Next pitch is taken for a ball. "I think overall they're very solid right now. They're frustrated because they know that we're better than that." The 1-1 pitch that is inside for ball two. Solid is an interesting word. 2-1. Way up high and way outside for ball three. Three balls, one strike. And the next pitch on the way, ground ball, foul ball. Maybe he meant solid as in ice cold, like an ice cube. But then eventually ice cubes do break out of the ice. I don't know. 3-2 pitch on the way. There's a foul ball hit over towards the third base dugout. It was a line drive, too. And the count is full. So 3-0 Fish. We're in the top of the second. 3-run homer was hit by Jonah Bride in the top of the first. And the 3-2 on the way, high and inside for ball four. And there's the first walk allowed by Tyler Phillips. I'll be honest with you. I think that if you're Rob today, if Tyler Phillips gets another base runner on here, I think you may have to think about pulling the plug and get somebody at least warmed up in the bullpen. Don't see any sort of bullpen activity right now. And the pitch to Jake Burger is way up high for a ball. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe as well. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch on the way. That's taken for a strike. Throw over the second base by JT is not in time. It was a good throw. Edwards is able to advance over to second base and get another stolen base. Let's see again. Good pop time by Realmuto. I thought maybe for a second he was out, but it was sort of tough to tell because started to swipe him right on the back left part of the gluteus maximus, if you will. But his hand was in there in time. 1 ball, 1 strike. Edwards is over at second. And the 1-1 fly ball hit out over towards center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Rojas will get over to it. Stopping over at third is Edwards. And there's runners at the corners with 1 out in the top of the second. Pitch was right down the middle, too. And you don't want to throw that to Jake Burger. Miscommunication on the pitch. It looked like JT wanted it low. And it was left hanging out there. So 1 out, top of the second. Runners at the corners. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And up to bat is Jesus Sanchez. The pitch. And that is way outside for a ball. Phillips with pitch number 40 coming up as he gets set at the belt and fires. That's fouled away, and the count is 1-1. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe as well. We got 191 people tuning in. I appreciate you all so much for being here. I'll get to you all in just a little bit. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and the count is now 1-2. It's 7:08 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're only in the top of the second. The pitch on the way. Strike 3 called on the outside corner at the knees. That was a good pitch thrown by Phillips, and that's his second strikeout today. It was a good curveball thrown there. Just landed right at the knees. Got to give him that. And now the guy who got all 3 runs on the board for the Marlins, he's coming up to bat with 2 outs here and a pretty similar situation, except this time it's with 2 outs and not 1 out. Got a 3-run jack in the first inning. And Phillips gets set at the belt and fires and throws a strike at the knees for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch on the way. And that is popped up, hit out over towards left field. And Marsh gets under it and he'll make the catch. And, well, looked like Tyler Phillips caught a break there. He left one hanging out over the middle once again. And thank goodness that Brad got under it. So no runs, 2 men stranded over at the corners. And we head to the bottom of the second. It's 3-0 Miami. All right. Thank you all so much for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. My question that I asked in the chat was, does benching Trey Turner send a big enough message to the clubhouse? Okay. And I don't think it does. Okay. Look. Okay. I've been thinking about this for a little bit of time, and I want to come on, okay, now that we have 206 people tuning in, and I would like to personally apologize for what I think I went a little bit too far last night. I really do. Everybody has a right to feel how they feel. I felt a little bit optimistic last night. Don't really know why, but I felt that way, right? And I think I took it a little bit too far. I'm not trying to give excuses to myself, but I was on a vacation. And I was sort of coming back, but I didn't really read the room correctly. And that's on me, okay? I apologize for that, and I own up to my mistakes. That's what I do on here. So if I rubbed anybody the wrong way last night, I do apologize about that, because that's not what we're meant to do. Okay, I might disagree on something with you. I may not always agree on certain things, but I think I took it a little bit too far last night, and I want to apologize for my actions, okay? That's first thing that I want to do on here. Phillies money line is now at plus 196 according to FanDuel, and it's at minus 260 according to FanDuel when it comes to the Miami Marlins. All good, JJ. The pitch on the way, and that is taken for a strike. Yeah, I took it a little bit far last night, and that was not cool. You know, sometimes you need to, like, look at yourself through the rearview mirror. The 1-1 pitch, or the 0-1 pitch, is taken for a ball. Sounds good, JJ. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's not what I'm here for, you know. And I don't usually apologize, but I felt like I had to there because I took it a little bit too far last night. You went too far? No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. I went a little bit far. 1 ball, 2 strikes to start, and the next pitch is taken up high for ball 2. I felt like I did. But I also understand that people, you know, have a right to feel how they feel. And I felt like, I'm not really going to try to reflect on this too much, but I felt like I took it a little bit far with the whole cheering thing, you know? 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the next pitch is outside for ball 4. So Stott gets on with a walk, and there's the first base runner of the inning for the Phils. Now it's JT who's coming up to bat. He's hitting .247 and has 8 homers and 23 RBI. The pitch that's taken inside, way inside for ball 1 to JT. I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a second. The pitch on the way, and that's taken at the knees. It was a good curveball thrown at 85 miles per hour. You know how any of you watched the NBC Sports version of this, or when they do the post-game shows that are posted on YouTube? The 1-1 is low for ball 2. Throw over to second base to get Stott, and thank goodness it was dropped by the shortstop, Edwards, because Stott would have been out over at second base, I think. Stott, I thought, didn't really... I mean, he hustled, but it was just a really good throw. Yep, he would have been a dead horse over at second. It was Lopez that dropped it. Throw looked a little bit low anyways, but regardless, not a good jump. The 2-1 pitch, way inside for ball 3. Yeah, well, I bring that up because every time they do like the Yingling sponsor, and Ricky's like, you know, if they win, he's like so loud with his locker ups, and then when it's really bad, it's like a locker up. 3-1 pitch, fly ball hit out over towards center field, and that's gonna bloop in there for a single. Bryson Stott's gonna stop over at third base, and the Phillies have 2 base runners in the bottom of the second with nobody out. And thank goodness that JT was able to bloop it out to center. It was actually a diving attempt that was made by the center fielder, Derek Hill, and he almost caught that. Just bounced off of the heel of the glove. Ricky Bobby probably just died of an angry stroke. That's funny. So a walk and a single, and also a stolen base by Stott. And now it's Edmundo Sosa who's coming up to bat. The pitch, and that's inside and low for a ball. But I bring up the whole locker up thing because I was going to play the cavalry charge. I was going to do it, and that was going to be like charge. 1 ball, no strikes to Sosa. And the pitch to Edmundo, and he chops it foul towards the third base side. So Edward Cabrera is still on the bump. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball it over to shortstop to flip over the second, and there's one, and the throw over to first is in time. Stott does score, and it's 3-1, but a double play hit into by Edmundo Sosa. Sort of like a mock of the bell at this point. All right. So a double play, even though Stott does score. Yes, so that's the silver lining of it all. Now it's Brandon Marsh who comes up to the plate. And the pitch is way up high and a little bit outside for a ball. Marsh's average is at .235. He's at least 2 for his last 40. The pitch is taken outside for ball 2. Whenever there's a double play, there's no RBI. No RBI. The 2-0 pitch to Marsh, and he'll slice that one foul, and it goes out of play. We got 242 people on here watching. You're more than welcome to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on those notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when I go live. 2-1 pitch, ground ball back up the middle, but it is backhanded by the second baseman, and the throw over to first is in time, and the inning comes to an end. Phillies do get a run, though, after the double play was hit by Edmundo Sosa. And we head to the top of the third already. It's 3-1 Miami. Okay. All right. If you guys want to donate to the channel while we're going through all this misery, you're more than welcome to do so. But, hey man, this is a part of the dog days, right? It's a part of the dog days, and this is what we do, right? And you probably hear it in my voice. I'm not happy, and we'll talk more about it later. We'll have to see how the game progresses, but there's a reason why I have this sort of tone here, okay? You call it like it is. And right now, this is the tone that the Phillies are giving me. It's the truth. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scores. All right, so the Red Sox, they lead at 2-1 in the top of the fifth against the Texas Rangers. Orioles also have a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the third against the Washington Nationals. They had a big loss yesterday, the Orioles, to the Nationals. The Guardians and the Cubs are scoreless as they head to the fourth. And then the Mariners, who got destroyed yesterday by the Detroit Tigers, they're already scoreless in the top of the third. It was a 15-1 score last night by Detroit. So, Reds and Cardinals, no score. Bottom of the third. Astros and Rays, no scores. They head to the bottom of the third, too. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Rather root for Noah Lyles. I love Noah Lyles, man. I do. I really like Noah Lyles. And Noah Lyles deserves to be rooted for, so I can't take a shot at him. Pitch, and it's taken outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes in the pitch. Ground ball hit back over towards Phillips. Good job by him, reaching down low, picking it up, throwing it over to first, and Stowers is out. So that's how the Phillies get their first out of the inning. That's the second time that's happened or the second inning in a row where that's happened, where a left-hand or a hitter just grounds out on the first pitch over to Tyler Phillips. The pitch, and that's on the outside edge for strike one. Old man Ferguson, what's going on, man? 2 for your last 43, Brandon Marsh. Isn't that awesome? 0-1 pitch, way outside for a ball. Came in at 93 miles per hour. Tyler Phillips does have 48 pitches so far today. And the 1-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Marlins manager, of course, is Skip Schumacher. Used to be a second baseman and an outfielder. Played most of his career with the Dodgers and the Cardinals. 2-1 pitch, popped up, hit out over towards the first base side and foul ground, and Harper will give it a look, and it goes out of play. Schumacher's 44 years old. Also played the latter half of his career with the Cincinnati Reds. He really played most of his career with the Cardinals and then spent 1 year with the Dodgers. 2-2, and that's in the dirt for ball 3. Was a coach for the San Diego Padres from 2018 to 2021, and then was a coach for the Cardinals back in 2022. Now he's with the Marlins. 3-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over to center field. Rojas turned over the wrong shoulder at first and now turns over the other one, and they'll make the catch. And there's 2 outs already. Otto Lopez hit one out to center, and Rojas, at least you got to give him credit for doing a good job of turning over the other shoulder. Still had the glove open, didn't even have it underhanded, but still caught it. Two gone, and nobody on base, and the pitch is inside for a ball. Phillips gets set and winds up and fires. The next pitch is fouled away. In other news, Adam Schefter just tweeted out that Rams quarterback, quote, Matt Stafford experienced, quote unquote, hamstring tightness and did not finish Wednesday's joint practice against the Dallas Cowboys. The pitch on the way looked like it was a strike, and it's not called a strike, it's called a ball. Two-one pitch, ground ball back up the middle, gets past the slide of Edmundo Sosa, and well, there's a two-out single hit by Derek Hill as he gets on base and is now 2 for 2 today. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when I go live. Three to 1 Marlins. And now up to bat is Emmanuel Rivera. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Phillips gets set at the belt and fires, and the pitch is grounded over to shortstop, and Sosa has it, throws it over to first, and Rivera is retired. So we head to the bottom of the third. It's 3 to 1 Miami. Phillies are coming up to bat. Is Johan our best player? If you were here during the beginning of the cast, I said that Johan may be one of the best players. I actually said that Johan Rojas is the best player, and that's not a good thing for the Phils. Something along those lines. Yeah, she's right. Alice Coffey tweeted out a photo of the bank from behind home plate in the press box area. And she said, "I'm back. What did I miss?" That was the caption. That's how dead it is at the bank. I did not hear that, actually. Oh, no, you're good. How about this? Ryan Spader just tweeted out, or retweeted something from Simon Charles. Jarren Duran's jersey sales have broken the MLB record for the most sales ever recorded in a single day. This comes following his suspension for an anti-LBTGEQ comment that was caught by a hot mic. Isn't that crazy? I think that's really, really wild. All right, so we go to the bottom of the third. Now it's Rojas who's going to come on up to bat. 9, 1, and 2 are due up in the order for the Phils. Cabrera kicks and delivers. It's way inside for a ball. Rojas' average is now at 239. Phillies are in their white and red pinstripes, as we mentioned before. They have the high red socks on with the Phillies logo. It's the Bell logo that's on the top of each sock. The pitch, and it's taken for ball 2. If you guys want to donate, you're more than welcome to do so. 2-0 pitch. Line drive, foul ball. Did you see the women's basketball game last Sunday? It was crazy, and the USA got the gold. Yeah, I was away. I was on vacation. I did not get to see the game itself, but I heard it was a really, really good game, and I got to watch the highlights afterwards, and it was really crazy. Two-one pitch. And that is low for ball 3. This is the inning where you really want to try to get a hold of Cabrera because, really, I'll be honest, he hasn't really had like the most electric stuff today. 3-1 pitch, and that misses inside for ball 4. And Yohan Rojas does get on with a leadoff walk in his first at bat, and we go back to the top of the order. Tying run is coming up to the plate. Charge! So here comes Schwarber, and the pitch to Kyle. He's taken on the outside edge for strike 1. Good curveball thrown there. Hopefully I didn't just jinx him. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and the throw over the second base is not in time. Rojas just got his hand in there safely. That's what you want to see from Yohan Rojas. There you go. Give him some golf claps for that. And the pitch was a bad pitch to swing at, but regardless, Rojas able to just get his left hand in there safely. Got it. Gotta tell you, behind the plate, Always Sanchez is pretty good. The ball is 2 strikes, and the pitch to Schwarber is in the dirt for a ball. That's how you take one out of Xavier Edwards' playbook. Schwarber's average now at 254. As I mentioned before, he's 0 for his last 16. Cabrera with pitch number 40 of the game. Here it is, and that is fouled off the foot of Kyle Schwarber. Phillies are the best team in baseball. We love them. I sense sarcasm there, Phillies, if you are. I appreciate you for being on here, though. Appreciate that very, very much. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Schwarber in the dirt again. It was a changeup at 95, and Schwarber takes a very good eye there, and it's a 2-2 count now. Five seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 2-2 pitch. And that misses low for ball 3, so it was an 0-2 count. Is now a full count to Kyle Schwarber. And Nick Castellanos waits on deck. Luke Arcania says that this team needs a Schwarber so badly, and I couldn't agree more. Time called by Kyle Schwarber. So he wants to hit the reset button. I don't blame him here. Adolis Garcia just tied the Red Sox game. It's 2-2 in the top of the 6th. 3-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball hit over towards the right side. And, well, second baseman thought about throwing it over to third, but he'll get the easy out over at first. And Rojas does go over to third base. So now Castellanos is coming up. Let's see if he can at least try to get Rojas home. Changeup at 96, that's not how it works. Well, it was reported as a changeup over on NBC Sports Philadelphia. You probably saw that. Yeah, and I know you're commenting to them. It looks more like it was a sinker, to be honest with you, but here's the first pitch to Casty, and that is way up high and pretty much inside for a ball. Things are never so bad that we have to root for the Mets. It's funny. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch to Castellanos is low for ball 2. The pitch to Casty, swing and a miss. They still say that was a changeup at 94. That's really weird. Let's see what the ESPN app had to say about that. That is a changeup. It's at 94. I don't usually see that. 2-1 pitch. And that was supposed to be a changeup. That missed low and bad for ball 3. Casty, red light all the way, man. Unless it's right down the middle. Three balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch, that's fouled off the mask of Alwi Sanchez, and, well, he stays alive. Let's see where this pitch was. Yep. It was on the inside corner, and it just fouled off the mask of Alwi Sanchez. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out in the bottom of the third. Sanchez takes off the mask really quickly. Tries to readjust the straps. And then he puts the mask back on. Tying run up at the plate. Rojas is over at third. There's 1 out. And a big payoff pitch coming up. Here it is. And that's a foul ball over towards the third base side. Israel ZD, thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. Appreciate it. Bryce Harper does wait on deck. And boy, is he due. Ten seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 3-2 pitch on the way. Outside for ball 4, and Castellanos does get on with a walk. So that's going to put runners over at the corners. And up to bat now is Bryce Harper. Told you that he doesn't really have electric stuff today, Edward Cabrera, but this is the inning for the Phillies to take advantage of him. Charge! Bottom of the third, Phillies are down 3-1. In case you're wondering how we got here, Jonah Bride did a 3-run homer in the top of the first to make it 3-0 Miami. The Phillies then got a run back in the bottom of the second. Sosa grounded into a double play, but Bryson Stott did score. The Phillies are threatening here and have a chance. All right. There's the Philly fanatic out there trying to cheer on the team. And Mel Stottlemyre is out there to talk things over with Cabrera. There's some fans that are waving over to the camera. Love that. So Cabrera is over on the mound now. And Bryce Harper is going to step into the batter's box as he's being introduced here. So Bryce did double back in the first. Cabrera gets set the belt, and the first pitch to Harper, good eye, inside for ball 1. It was at 97. I'm sorry, if we're ahead in the count here, I really don't want us to swing at anything. That's my approach right now. 1-0 pitch. And there's a bouncing ball over to the first base side. The flip over the second. There's 1. The throw over to first, and Harper does beat it out. So it's a fielder's choice ground out, and the Phillies do get a run from it. Got to give Bryce credit for that. And it's now 3-2 Miami. Well, so it was hit over towards the right side. And it was fielded perfectly by Otto Lopez. Got the out over at second, and Harper still hustled out of the box. And he was able to beat out the throw. All right, so Harper is over at first base. It's now 3-2, and the pitch. And that is low and inside for a ball. Oh, Mark, why do you think he was benched? The team's struggling. That's why. You wouldn't know. The 1-0 pitch, and that is way inside for ball 2. Fastball 97, changeup at 94. Make that make sense. I mean, you got to look at the types of pitches. You got to see how he's gripping the baseball, and it kind of does look like when I'm looking at the pitches that he is throwing a changeup. It's crazy. 2 balls, no strikes. And the next pitch to Bohm. Bouncer and ball hit over to third base. Rivera has it, throws over to first. It's in time. The Phillies do get a run back, though, on the RBI fielder's choice ground out by Bryce Harper. It's 3-2 as we head to the top of the 4th. Miami still has a 1-run lead, though. Okay. Yeah. You didn't know. You thought maybe it could have been dealt with an injury or something like that. No, it's just because this team has not been doing so good. This team is hilarious, yeah. They are. What's up, Grace? Grace is on here. Maybe she's our good luck charm. What's going on, Grace? How you doing? Appreciate you so much for being here. This Phillies team has, yeah, I wasn't sure why. Could have been some of the reason that I wasn't expecting. No, I understand. I get it. I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to be sarcastic there. I didn't mean for that. That was my bad. I gotta be more conscientious of that. You know, I do. That's one thing I have to get better at. So as we go to the top of the 4th, all right, so on a brighter side of news, okay, I want us to shift a little bit of the focus here. I went to go see, the other night, I went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine, and then I went to go see Inside Out today. Okay, I went with a couple of friends, and that was really cool. Today I just went with one friend, and that was really nice. So I really enjoyed both of those movies. Thought that they were both very, very well done, and had a really good time. And I like going to the movies sometimes. And I want to know from you guys, what was the best movie that you got to see in theaters? It's hard for me to pinpoint one, but mine would probably have to be Black Panther. Black Panther, I saw that with my dad, and it was so good. We saw it, I think it was the day after it was released. And that was really, really cool. So tell me what the best movie that you saw was in movie theaters, and what do you remember about that experience? The pitch on the way to Always Sanchez. Fly ball, hit out over towards center field. Rojas gets under it, and he'll make the catch, and there's one away. The original Matrix, what do you remember about that? Who'd you go with? What stood out to you about it? Outside of the movie. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The Matrix opening night. You saw The Matrix opening night? Wow. The pitch on the way, and there's a bunt attempt by Edwards, and it's a foul ball. I actually watched it the other night randomly. Wow, that's funny. What else? Okay, cool. What part of Deadpool and Wolverine? What do you mean, what part of Deadpool and Wolverine? What part of Deadpool and Wolverine did I like? I liked it all. The ball is one strike, and the next pitch, and that's fouled off the foot of Xavier Edwards. Who'd you go with to the movies when you saw these movies? And what do you remember about the experience? Did you go to a special movie theater? Did you, I don't know, was it a midnight premiere? Did you go with some of your friends? Hangover, went with my brother, the whole Taser skit for the kids and the Mike Tyson cameo. That's what I enjoyed, says JMS63. The ball is 2 strikes. All right. And the next pitch is going to be chopped over the head of Phillips, and the throw over to first by Stott is not in time. That was just a really good hustle by Xavier Edwards. Kind of reminds me a little bit of D. Gordon, just with the speed and with what he's able to do. That was a nice bam play, though, by Bryson Stott. Avengers Endgame, seen it 5+ times in theater. Yeah, I don't, Adam. I also don't want to spoil any parts of the movie because there's people that are on here that haven't seen it, so I can't tell you what my favorite part was. But I mean, the fight scenes were cool. If you want me to be a little bit generic about it, I like the storyline. Avengers Endgame, I saw it 5 times in theaters. What do you remember about the first time you saw it? The pitch on the way, and that's taken for a strike. I don't know. Tell me some stories. Really dig in and tell me about what you remember about the experience. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch on the way, and that's taken for a ball. Hilarious experience, and I love Christmas time, says Daniel Sands. Now I gotta. Okay, so the night before, saw it with a group of 8. We were high as heck on a lot of things, and it was hilarious. Hilarious experience, and I love Christmas time. 5 times in theaters. I saw it. That's cool. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jake Berger, who's 1 for 1 today at a homer in last night's game. The pitch, and that is taken low and outside for ball 2. Who else is a story? I saw the original 3 Lord of the Ring movies on each opening night. I got attacked by orcs, says Larry. 2-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit, and Rojas will get on over to it. And heading on over to third base is Edwards. Throw is made over to second. That's going to put runners over at the corners with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. All right, so now that we know what the best movie that we saw in theaters was, what was the worst movie that you saw in theaters? The worst movie that you saw in movie theaters was blank. And why was it the worst? Now that we have the best one. The Departed had me, my wife, and everyone in shock with the plot twist at the end of the film, says 1988 fans. It's cool. All right, so here we go. Jesus Sanchez is up to bat, and the pitch is taken low for a ball. The worst movie that you saw in theaters. Walked out of Wing Commander. It was awful. When did that come out? The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball, foul ball. Thank goodness it went under Bryce Harper's glove. Mine would be the very first time I ever went to a movie with my dad and sister would be the first Star Wars movie. Now that was the best, right, Adam? That was the best. That's really cool. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch on the way. Line drive it out over to right field for a base hit. And Jesus Sanchez will get a run home. Throw is made over to second base. And stopping over at third will be Berger. So back-to-back base hits. And now it's 4-2 Miami. RBI single by Jesus Sanchez. Transformers 3, no story to go with it, and I thought that it was, you know what. Larry said that the worst movie that he saw in theaters was Independence Day. I remember counting the theater ceiling tiles to avoid watching that movie. Why didn't you step out? You didn't want to step. Well, I guess you didn't want to step out because you didn't want to feel awkward around who you went with. The pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards deep center field. Rojas will get under it. This should be deep enough to tag the runner home, and it will. And Berger is going to score, and it's now 5-2 Miami on the RBI sac fly hit by Jonah Bride. Interstellar is a great movie. I like that. Hit the like button. It's free. Grace, I'm so happy that you're on here, man. This did put a smile on my face. We have a lot to say about this team at the end. And not a lot of good things. So we'll be going off on them. Stowers is up to bat in the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Unless they win. Lou says, I liked the original Independence Day. I was a kid, though. The sequel was horrendous, and I only watched it on HBO, and I couldn't make through it. Worst movie in theaters I saw was Flight Plan with Jodie Foster. Interstellar was a great movie with me and just my mom, but seeing Anaconda 2 was horrible. The one, and that is chopped foul. Okay, so what else do we got? Toy Story in the 90s and got stuck in a sticky seat. This is Chill God Beats. Okay, this is a cool story. Well, I don't know if it was cool in the moment. I saw Toy Story in the 90s. Got stuck in a sticky seat. That's a tongue twister. And left with part of the chair still attached. Oh, man. That's an unforgettable movie experience. But that wasn't the worst movie that you ever saw. 0-2 pitch, and that's going to bounce away from JT, not too far away, though, and it's a 1-2 count. But that is a movie theater experience that I'm sure that you probably did not enjoy. 1988 Eagles fan says, the worst movie I ever saw in theaters was Twilight Saga New Moon. Me and the wife almost got a divorce on that garbage. Oh, boy. Oh, gosh. She probably loved it, I guess, and you probably did not like it at all whatsoever. And we're like, honey, I want to leave. The pitch, and that's fouled away. One ball, 2 strikes. Phillips with 75 pitches. We're in the top of the fourth, and the 1-2 is up high for ball 2. That's it, man. That's all. You were this close. One-run game. One-run game, says KGB. My all-time favorite movie is the original 1994 The Crow. I refuse to watch that new sequel. No one asked for that. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. And Stowers does strike out. And the inning is over. However, the Marlins do get 2 runs back on an RBI single by Jesus Sanchez and a sac fly by Jonah Bride. So Stowers does strike out. And see, this is why I do these little story things here, guys. Because guess what? If we didn't do that, guess what? We'd have more people chirping in that 4th inning. And it honestly kind of worked out that way. Right? So I'm happy that we do these things because I think that it still gives people some sort of incentive to tune in on here, to get to know other people that are a part of the community. You know, you also get to say, hey, mom, hey, wifey, or hey, hey, kids, or hey, husband, you know, like I made it on JJ's stream. He displayed in my story, like this one right here. I'm glad to be here. I definitely need to see the Phillies win today, says Grace. I agree with that. Chill God Beats says the worst movie that he saw. It's a classic. I don't know how you could say it's the worst movie. I'm kidding. The Room, 2003, is notoriously bad with awkward dialogue, poor acting, and a nonsensical plot. It's so terrible. It's become a cult classic for all the wrong reasons. But see, that was like that was bad that it is great. Like, that was so bad that it's a movie that everybody remembers just because of how bad it was, right? So I kind of say that in hindsight, it's a good movie because of how bad it is, you know? Like, I can't lie about that. Waited 4 hours to get in. Waited 4 hours to get into what? There it is. They had it on 3 screens and had to wait for the last screen to open to get in, says Adam. They had what on 4 screens? Oh, the movie that you saw. Waited What else do we got? Power Rangers was horrible, says John Morgan. Did you see that in theaters? Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Oh, hi, Mark. All right, so no balls, 1 strike, and the next pitch is taken for strike 2. So Stott did walk in the second, scored a run, and also stole a base. And the 0-2 pitch is up high and outside for ball 1. JMS63 says, I remember when I had my first car, I drove over to the X-rated drive-in and some classy movies. 1-2 pitch, line drive, base hit, back up the middle by Bryson Stott. And he gets on with a leadoff single. That was a good piece of hitting by Stott, just past the dive of Edwards. Well, maybe this is a good sign for Bryson Stott. You know, you'll take this. 2 good at-bats today, even though the at-bat itself wasn't good, but the result was what you wanted. Best movie experience for me was Terminator 2 on opening day. Blew my mind. I wish I would have saw that in theaters, but that came out before I was born. I love that movie. Throw back over to first is not in time. What else do we have? Favorite overall movie is Django Unchained. Never seen that. The pitch on the way, and that looked like it was a little bit low, but it's a called strike to JT Realmuto. Yeah, it's like a nice little chat for Phillies fans. Yeah, well, it's not just for Phillies fans, guys. Like, we're meant for baseball fans and for sports fans, too. At least we try to. But, of course, like the Phillies fans, those are, for sure, like, that's the number one reason why people tune in. But I want people to be hooked on this community, too. So, 1 ball, 1 strike to JT. Left side in between third and short is open, and so is the right side in between first and second. The 1-1 inside and low for ball 2. Bottom of the 4th, it's 5-2 Miami. If JT could just get one out into the gap, that'd be really, really nice. 2-1 pitch to JT, and that is taken in the dirt for ball 3. It was a changeup at 93 miles per hour, and the count is now 3-1. Tree Fitty says, JJ, I most definitely agree with your mindset of not giving up on your team the second they had a bad run. It makes you a unique Philly fan. 3-1 pitch, and that's inside for ball 4. And that's going to put 2 runners on for the Philadelphia Phillies with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Now, Tree, I appreciate that, man. And he still had more to say. I can't just cut him off. Philly fans need to get better at supporting their team no matter what. But I also understand the argument as to why people don't want to support. You know what I mean? Because I had a science teacher, and he said, you know, if you give me good stuff, I'll give you a good grade. If you give me CRAP, I'm going to give you CRAP back. You know? So I kind of get it. To an extent. Sosa's up to bat. First pitch was taken for a strike. Pitch number 2, Sosa will show bunt, and he bunts it right off of his foot. It's a foul ball, and it's now an 0-2 count. He sort of surprised everybody there. He definitely could use him to get on base. The room is on YouTube for free. It was pretty good, but kind of unrealistic, which took away. I agree with that. They did such a good job for a small budget. All right, I got a lot of things to catch up on. The 0-2 pitch to Sosa. Ground ball hit over towards the left side. The flip over to third base is just in time to get Stott. I thought Stott maybe had a chance to beat it out. Edwards just dodged a bullet there. For now, Calitre's over on the phone, and I think that the Phillies won't challenge this. Let's see again. So Sosa almost got it right through the hole, and Edwards just did a good job at throwing it over to third, and Stott was out by force by about half a step. Yep, just got it in, and Rivera tagged the bag. So it's a fielder's choice ground out. Now it's Brandon Marsh who comes up. First pitch to Marsh, and he flies this one out to left field. It's looking foul and goes out of play. I love this man. Look at this chat. Man, I still got to scroll down and catch up. All right, let's go. Let's go, man. Oh, thank you, Solvable C. I appreciate it. I look younger, don't I? The 0-1. And that is up high and away for a ball. You're the first one to notice that I got a haircut. I love it. Nice job. I appreciate that. I look like a 26-year-old, don't I? 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next pitch to Marsh, and he took a curveball right down the pipe. Oh, man, for strike 2, that was the pitch. That was the pitch. Oh, man. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out in the bottom of the 4th in the 1-2, and Marsh lays off the curveball that was in the dirt, and the count is now 2-2 at this point. Marsh stinks. I'm sorry, says Daniel Sand. Why do you have to apologize? He's like 2 for his last 42 the last time I checked. So that's, by definition, that means that he's struggling. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the next pitch to Marsh, swing and a miss. He struck out on a changeup that was outside. So there's 2 away. And Rojas is coming up to bat. You didn't get a haircut. You got the mall cut. Ha, 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 ha. I didn't mean for that to be a sarcastic laugh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Comes Yohan Rojas, and he fouls the first pitch off, and that was on the lower third of the zone. What's up, Georgia Dog? I don't even know who you are, but what's going on? Rojas did walk in the 3rd. He scored a run and also stole a base. And the 0-1 pitch, and that's taken at the knees for strike 2 to Yohan Rojas. Phillies have left a lot of guys on base, and they could certainly use a run here and try to cash in. Now's the time for that for sure. Rojas is batting .293 now with runners in scoring position. And, well, if you've been here for a while, at one point he was batting .333 with runners in scoring position. So the average actually has gone down. Glass half full, glass half empty, I guess. The 0-2 pitch, and Rojas fouls it away. Good cut on the swing, though. And that girl is happy that she caught that foul ball. That's really cool. Her parents are proud of her. She's like, wow, I caught that? Yes, you did. 0-2 pitch, and that's taken in the dirt for a ball. And the count is now 1-2. So tying run is up at the plate. 76 pitches by Cabrera. He had 24 in the 3rd, 21 so far here in the 4th. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th, 2 runners on. And the pitch to Rojas on the way. Ground ball, diving stop by Edwards. And everybody's going to be safe. The throw was made over to 3rd, but JT got over there. And now it's bases loaded for the Phils. All right, here comes Kyle Schwarber. George! All right, I kind of have to do this. All right, let's see the Schwarber emojis. Come on, man. Bases loaded, 2 outs. This is big here. 1 swing can give the Phillies the lead. Where are the Schwarbomb emojis? There's some fans clapping along. It actually has filled in more. All right, so Schwarber's going to step into the box. We have runners at every single base. This is A big opportunity for the Phils. This feels like it's the bottom of the ninth, not going to lie. All right, 2 outs, bases loaded. First pitch to Kyle. It's a changeup right down the middle for strike 1. Kent Emanuel is warming up in the pen. Where are the Schwarber emojis at? Come on, man. The 0-1 to Schwarber, and that is in the dirt for a ball. One ball, one strike, bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 5-2 Miami. Cabrera gets set and fires, and that's way outside for ball 2. Kyle is hitless in 2 at-bats today, and is looking to break the ice. Hasn't gotten a hit since 5 games ago. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fans clapping along. The pitch to Schwarber. Fly ball. Hit out over to left field. That's going back towards the track. And it's gone! An opposite field grand slam by Schwarber. How about Kyle Schwarber lifting the lid right at Citizens Bank Park? Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Holy cow. He got a hanger right down the middle and drilled it out to left center. And all of a sudden, a volcano has erupted. The pitch on the way to Casti. Line drive, hit out over to left field. A completely different baseball team as the Phillies are up 6-5. Castellanos will be out over at second. He tried to extend a single into a double. Oh, my goodness. And that's how you kill a rally. However, the damage is done. Kyle Schwarber gives the Phillies the lead at 6-5 on the opposite field grand slam. And we go to the top of the 5th. All right. Wow. My stomach is hurting now. Oh, man. That took me by surprise. That's crazy. Jeez Louise. Hit that thumbs up button, baby. Let's go. I better see Schwarber emojis in the chat after that. Come on. Come on. Give me some Schwarber emojis. That's how you do it. Let's go. All right. Top of the 5th coming up. Yo, we're alive now. AJP says I feel happy again. I don't. I don't feel happy, but that was necessary. Brian's there. What's going on, man? What is up? I need to see the Schwarber emojis. Come on. MVP, baby. That was an MVP chant. I gotta change that sound effect, but I kind of like that. I have this on mute, but JJ looks pumped. Ugh. That was like bottled frustration. Not gonna lie. Jeez Louise. Man. They needed that. That was like... You ever have a moment like where you're just taking in like all these emotions, whatever, and then finally something just tops it off? And finally something goes the right way? That's what just happened. All right, here we go. Top of the fifth. It's 6-5 Phils. And the first pitch on the way is taken at the knees for a called strike. We got another membership, and this time it's Denbrew. Let's go, baby. Nice job, Denbrew. Congratulations on becoming a member. Let's see those emojis. 1 month down. Let's turn this around. Love it. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next pitch, and that is popped up, and it's fouled away. Bro, why do you have fans, like, filing out now? I just saw, like, some fans, like, getting up from their seats. I guess maybe they're going to, like, go get a drink or some food before the Phillies come back up. Philly Cheesesteak says we needed that slam. Needed is an understatement. The 1-2 on the way, and that is fouled off. Wait, what actually just happened? I don't really know what just happened, but the Phillies have the lead on a Kyle Schwarber opposite field grand slam. The 1-2 pitch, and there's a line drive under the glove of Bohm. It was a hot shot, goes out to left field. Marsh gets over to it, and, well, there's a leadoff single by Lopez. I just said who hit it. He might be a little bit behind, though. Bohm was just a couple milliseconds late. And Lopez gets on for the second time today. All right, so here we go. Top of the fifth. Phillies are finally out in front 6-5. But a runner's on over at first. And the pitch by Phillips is low. I'm sorry, at this point, Tyler Phillips, I think you got to get somebody warmed up in the bullpen, Rob. Come on. You got to get somebody warmed up in the pen. Act like you want to win this game. The 1-0 pitch, and that's bounced foul. Now I don't usually get like that. Finally, there we go. Jose Ruiz is warming up in the pen. Thank goodness. Was taking the puppies out. Well, the big dog came out while you were away. Time called by Derek Hill, and he'll step out of the box very, very quickly. This has to be Towers' last batter. I'm sorry. It has to be. Rivera waits on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike. Toss back over to first, and, well, not even a tag was applied by Bryce Harper. We have 298 people tuning in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when I go live. The 1-1, swing and a miss, throw over the second base by JT. Oh, it's not in time. Stott did a good job at just swipe tagging the base runner. Calitre's going over to the phone. I wonder if the Phillies are going to check this out because I thought maybe for a second he was out. Calitre says, nope, I think he's safe. Let's see again. The throw was a little bit high. It was. I think he got him, though. Let's see again if he did. I think he may have got him. Over on that foot. Or on the ankle area. JT's like, oh, dang it. They won't challenge it. Because maybe his hand did just get in there in time. Yeah, I think it did. It's hard to tell. They may not have enough conclusive evidence to overturn it. The 1-2 pitch. And that is low and outside for ball 2. All right. This better be his last batter here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the next pitch on the way. And that's a cold strike 3. Wow. That looked a little bit outside, but Phillips got the generous call, and there is the 4th strikeout of the day. Good job by JT, though, to frame it. Really. I mean, that pitch was way off the plate, but I kind of have to give JT credit there. And Rob Thompson has seen enough from Tyler Phillips, and he's going to pull the plug. Gives him a little slap on the tush. And we have a pitching change as Jose Ruiz is going to come on in. All right. Wow. I feel like I just woke up. I do. That was an abysmal call. Shh. Shh. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. We got to take it. Shh. Oh, man. Ugh. Whatever. Oh, boy. I cannot wait for Jose Ruiz to come in and stink up the rest of this inning. That's the spirit. That's the spirit, KGB. After they come back and take the lead, that's exactly what we need. Ugh. Daniel, thanks for your sacrifice. Just baseball superstition, you know. No, I understand. We have 103 likes. Let's go, baby! Woo! Daniel says I'll leave again if we could do that. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Turn on the notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when I go live. The name, of course, is Jason Josephs. How about this? They have announcers in the stands tomorrow. Forgot that they haven't done that this year. It's where it'll be Tom McCarthy, Ruben Amaro Jr., John Kruk, and Ben Davis, who were going to be out on Ashburn Alley. I don't know why I forgot the name for a second, but that's where they're going to be. Of course, we're not going to be on Ashburn Alley. We're going to be here at the Play-by-Play with JJ Studios in South Jersey. But it's all right. All right, so here we go. Top of the fifth. A runner on over at second. There's one out. Phillies were down 5-2 and got a grand slam from Kyle Schwarber. And Ruiz will look back over at second base to keep Lopez in check before the first pitch is even thrown. Jose Ruiz with a 3.96 earned run average and 36 and a third. The pitch on the way, and that's fouled back towards the screen. When are they going to do live from Ashburn Alley? Oh, I just said tomorrow. Tomorrow. Opponents are batting .262 against him. I can't say the name of my town. I don't want people to come after me. I'm in South Jersey. I'll tell you this. I'm right near Cherry Hill. Sorry, I don't mean to be a Fed. Just curious. No. You're good. You're good. 1 ball, 1 strike to Emmanuel Rivera. Right outside Cherry Hill. The pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards straightaway center field. Rojas will get under it. He'll drop back in towards the plate. The throw is going to be made over to third. The throw is way off the line. And it almost got by Alec Bohm. And Lopez does tag up from second. Head on over to third. And there's 2 outs in the top of the fifth. Tying run is 90 feet away from scoring. And Cherry Hill at the moment with neighbors. Nice! Thank goodness Jose Ruiz was there to back up Bohm because that throw was way off the line. And that probably saved a run. Here we go. Luis Sanchez up to bat. First pitch is taken on the outside corner. Looked a little bit outside, but it's called a strike. So Sanchez hitless in 2 at-bats today. And the 0-1 fouled back towards the screen. Nothing and 2 is the count. Phillips is still responsible for the runner over at third. The 0-2 pitch. Good block by JT. If that would have gotten by him, that would have been a run. And it's a 1-2 count now. Luis Sanchez is catching for the Miami Marlins, hitting just 154. 2 RBI on the season, one of them against the Phils. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Jose Ruiz gets out of the inning unscathed. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Phillies lead is 6-5 against the Fish. There we go. Man. That was big. So Ruiz comes on in for Phillips. All right. Bottom of the fifth. It's been a long game, man. I feel like I've been calling 2 games on here. Just totally a different game right now. Well, the Reds lead at 7-0 against the Cardinals in the bottom of the fifth with the bases loaded. No shoe for me, says Larry. Yeah. Juan Soto has now homered in 4 consecutive at-bats. Can you believe that? I mean, my goodness. He had 3 homers in last night's game, and he has homered in 4 straight at-bats. That's pretty impressive. All right, we're in the bottom of the fifth. All right, so we're in the bottom of the fifth. We've been sort of out of sorts today. It's time for On This Day in Phillies History. So today is August 14th. All right, we talked a little bit about Juan Pierre before. Happy birthday to Juan Pierre, man. Born in 1977 on this day. Also today is Dylan Covey and Johan Rojas' birthday, if you did not know that. Johan Rojas, who is going to be coming up probably in the next inning or so. Excuse me. Just has a birthday today. Happy birthday to Rojas. No one's really talking about that. Rojas just turned 24. In 1984 on this day, Juan Samuel steals his 56th base of the year, breaking the team record set by Sherry McGee in the dead ball era. So that was on August 14th of 1984. Mike Schmidt connects for career home run number 300 off of Mike Scott on this day, too. First pitch to Harper. High bouncer, hit over towards the middle, and the throw over to first is in time, and there's 1 out. It was back in 1981. It was a second-inning blast which nearly cleared the visitors' bullpen in Shea Stadium. And the Phillies won that game by a score of 8-4. So 1 pitch and 1 out, and now here comes Bohm, and the next pitch is taken up high for a ball. Daniel says, I'm about to turn 30 this year. Wow, that's crazy. All right, so Bohm is 0 for 2. Emmanuel is pitching, and the 1-0 pitch, sliced foul. Matt Strahm is warming up in the Phillies bullpen, and they'll pitch the top of the 6th. The 1-1 pitch, low for ball 2. Pretty wild, right? 2-1 pitch on the way. Line drive into left field for a base hit, and now Bohm is going to get on with a 1-out single. And that was a good piece of hitting by Bohm. Got one right in his wheelhouse and does a little shimmy to Paco Figueroa. Looks like he pulled it right out over towards the third base side. Oof. So now it's Bryson Stott who's coming up. That's Bohm's 600th career base hit, by the way. So congratulations to him. The pitch, strike 1, taking the Bryson Stott. Now Stott today has had 2 pretty good at-bats. And the 0-1 to Bryson, swing and a miss. He was trying to swing for the fences there and just could not get a hold of it. Yeah, so today is also Dylan Covey's birthday, too, as I just mentioned, not just Johan Rojas. And Clay Buchholz. Happy birthday to Clay Buchholz. I forgot that he was a Philly at one point. 0-2, and that is low and outside for a ball. How old is Clay now? Clay was born in 84, so if I do the math correctly, what is he, 40 now? Wow. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the next pitch, and that is outside for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Bohm also extended his on-base streak to 31 games. The pitch to Stott. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. It'll stay in the yard, though. And there to make the catch is Sanchez for out number 2. And Stott knew that he just missed it. And I think that he just cussed. He knew it. Schwarber's not happy about that either. So 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. Phillies do have a 6-5 lead. They were down 5-2, and then Kyle Schwarber hit an opposite field grand slam that got out in a hurry. Pitch to JT, and that's taken for a strike. Realmuto has singled, walked, and scored a run. The 0-1 pitch. Line drive, foul ball towards the first base side, and a nice play by the ball girl gives the baseball to a fan in the stands. The ball is 2 strikes. Nathan Ackerman just tweeted that. I'm not really sure the point of this tweet, but oh well. Where that Kyle Schwarber grand slam landed versus where Bedlam at the bank landed, it is almost identical. 0-2, fouled away. It's all right, Nathan. We appreciate that. So we have a list of all the Phillies legends that are going to be at the ballpark for Alumni Weekend. We'll talk about that in a little bit. 0-2 to JT, and he fights for it, and he'll fling it out over to right field. Sanchez gets under it, squeezes it for out number 3, and we head to the top of the 6th. It is still 6-5 Philadelphia. Edwards, Berger, and Jesus Sanchez are coming up to the plate in the next inning. Okay. No, I'm telling you who's going to be at the bank. All right, so we got. This is who's expected to be there. Bobby Abreu. Okay, I may say some of these names wrong. Okay, Howie Bedell, Joe Blanton, Bob Boone, Larry Boa, John Briggs, Steve Carlton. That's a long list. Greg Gross. Let's see who else. Doug Clemens, Tommy Green, Pat Gillick, Ramon Henderson, Terry Harmon, Ryan Howard, Steve Jeltz, Eric Kratz, Kruk. He's going to be there. Mark Leiter Sr., Brad Lidge, Mike Lieberthal, Greg Lazinski, Ryan Madsen, Charlie Emanuel, Sarge, Jamie Moyer, Dickie Knowles, Ron Reed, Jimmy Rollins, Aaron Rowan, Carlos Ruiz, Juan Samuel, Mike Schmidt, Jim Thome, Milt Thompson, and Manny Trio. So they're all expected to be there in attendance for Alumni Weekend. Isn't that pretty cool? Jeff Manto is also supposed to be there too. I said Dickie Knowles, Ron Reed as well. Terry Harmon, I think I mentioned him. Larry Christensen. Doug Clemens, Brandon Duckworth, and Gene Garber. Yeah. Here comes Matt Strahm, who's going to be pitching now for the Phils. This will be his 49th game of the season. Alumni weekend. I said it. Subject to change, it says, in parentheses. How do I get tickets? You buy it online just like regular tickets. Top of the sixth, it's 6-5 Philadelphia. And Strahm is going to be pitching this inning, and the first pitch is taken for a strike. Harmon played 50-plus years ago. The 0-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And that is now going to be an 0-2 count. I keep forgetting that that's why they do the broadcasters on whatchamacallit. Yeah, thanks, very helpful. I mean, like StubHub or Game Time. Like, you can get tickets anywhere, like on any of those apps. Game Time app. It's where you order tickets. 0-2. That is low for a ball. Maybe I should actually get a sponsorship with a tickets place. Ticketmaster or something like that. Maybe I should do that, and y'all can use my promo code. 1-2 on the way. There's a chopper that's hit over towards the first base side, and the bat boy's going to go out for it because it is a foul ball. One ball, two strikes. Top of the sixth. Strahm is on the bump. And the next pitch on the way, and that's taken outside for ball two. You've never heard of Ticketmaster? Or have you never heard of Alumni Weekend? Phillies Alumni Weekend. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch on the way, and that's popped up, hit out over towards the infield. And Stott gets over to it, and he'll squeeze it to make the catch, and there's one away. Didn't Bobby Abreu play for the Marlins at one point? I believe he did. I'm pretty sure he did. I could double check that for you. But I am pretty sure that he did. Actually, no, he didn't. He played for the Astros, the Phillies, the Yankees, the Angels, the Dodgers, and then the Mets. Pitch on the way, and that's taken for a ball. So here comes Jake Burger. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and a hit by pitch. And the 1-0 fly ball hit out over to left field. Thank goodness it'll stay in the yard. That was right down the middle, and Strahm almost gave one up, and Burger just got it off the end of the bat, and there's 2 away. Wow. Thank goodness. Let's see where this pitch was. Yep, right down the middle. Jeez. That was a fastball, too. Phillies dodged a bullet there. Comes Jesus Sanchez, and he takes the first pitch in the dirt for a ball. Andrew Benintendi just got his 1,000th career hit, according to Talkin' Baseball. Shout out to him. The 1-0. Swing and a foul ball. In case you just missed it, Juan Soto has homered in each of his last 4 at-bats. And also has 6 homers in his last 4 games. One ball, 1 strike. And the next pitch on the way, strike 2, taken right on the upper third of the zone. Remember Aniel De Los Santos? Well, he just got designated for assignment by the Yankees. 1-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And that's how the inning ends. A 1-2-3 inning by Matt Strom, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-5 Philadelphia. That's how you do it. Love that. Good. Was it Gregory or Juan that was on the Yankees? Juan Soto's on the Yankees. Walker Buehler is now back for the Dodgers. And so far, on his 11 pitches, he's only thrown 3 strikes. And he's walked the first 2 batters. It's crazy. It's pretty wild. Bobby Abreu is now 50 years old. Crazy. Bobby Abreu. Shout out to Bobby, man. 2-time All-Star, Gold Glove Award winner, was a member of the Phillies Wall of Fame, a member of the Venezuelan Baseball Hall of Fame, was inducted back in 2021. He was selected by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, only to be dealt to the Phillies an hour later for a shortstop and, well, radio analyst now, Kevin Stocker. It's wild. Tristan, thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. Bueller. I got the joke. I love Ferris Bueller. All right, so Edmundo Sosa is going to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. Been here the whole time, just cooking and listening mostly. Jane, you're always here. Shout out to you. Brady was my all-time Phillies right fielder, says Larry. It's not Nick Castellanos. A fan is on the field. Oh, man. According to Luke Arcani. I didn't even see the fan on the field. Emmanuel's still going to be pitching for the Fish. Came on in relief for Edward Cabrera. All right, so bottom of the 6th, it's 6-5 Phils, and the first pitch on the way, swinging a miss. In case you're wondering how we got here, well, a lot happened. Jonah Bride did a 3-run homer in the top of the first. The Phillies would then get a run back in the bottom of the 2nd on a double play ground out by Edmundo Sosa, but Stott would score. As the 0-1, and that is outside for a ball. And then the Phillies would then get another run back on an RBI fielder's choice ground out by Bryce Harper in the bottom of the 3rd to make it 3-2, Miami. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Then in the top of the 4th, Jesus Sanchez had an RBI single, and Jonah Bride did a sac fly to make it 5-2. And it wasn't until the bottom of the 4th inning where the Phillies had a grand slam from Kyle Schwarber to give them a 6-5 lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Edmundo Sosa. And the windup in the pitch, way outside for ball 3. Hopefully I just explained it all. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the payoff pitch to Sosa, and he just stays alive. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Charge! That 317 people tuning in. The 3-2 on the way. Swinging a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. And then Mundo Sosa strikes out. Emmanuel gets his first strikeout of the inning. And that's the first out recorded, too. So now it's Brandon Marsh who's coming up to bat. He's hitless in 2 at-bats today. And the pitch. And that is low for a ball. Thanks for the likes update, Larry. Appreciate it. We have 322 people on here watching and only 118 likes. Let's change that number, man. The 1-0 pitch, and that's taken for a strike. Juan Soto's the first Yankee to homer in 4 consecutive at-bats since Reggie Jackson did it in Games 5 and 6 of the 1977 World Series. The 1-1, and that is thrown way behind Brandon Marsh. Emmanuel released it way too soon. Butterfingers, as they call it. And Marsh sort of tried to get out of the way, but was way behind him. 2-1 to Marsh. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. It's hooking foul, and it goes out of play. Thank goodness Stowers did give it a look. According to a Phillies baseball talk, the fan who ran on the field didn't even make it into fair territory before the security guard brought him down. And he said, we need to interview the security guard. The pitch. Line drive back up the middle for a base hit, and Brandon Marsh able to break the ice. And he gets on with a 1-out single. Brandon Marsh got a hit, everybody. Oh, man. Bottom of the 6th, 1 out, and now Johan Rojas is up to bat. The pitch on the way to Rojas, and he takes it all the way for strike 1. The pitch, strike 2, right at the knees. No balls, 2 strikes to Johan Rojas. Wow, there is a baseball god, says Adam. We got 343 people on here watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Rojas is up to bat. Just turned 24 years old today. He's 1 for 1. Also got on with a walk, too, in his first plate appearance. The pitch, and that is low and in the dirt for a ball. As long as we can get through the 7th inning, says Walmart's finest. This game is about 2 hours old. It's felt like 2 different games that we've called. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Johan Rojas. The next pitch on the way. Line drive. It's played on a bounce, though, by the second baseman. The flip over the shortstop. There's 1 to throw back over to first in time for a 4-6-3 double play. And the inning is over. We head to the top of the 7th. It's 6-5 Phils. Bride, Stowers, and Lopez coming up when the Phillies and Marlins return. Okay. All right. We did not raid anybody today. Try to do that now. Maybe a little bit late now. But we'll try to do it maybe in the 8th inning. Who is alive? Who is alive right now? Should we say hi to Philly halftime? Here, let's go say hi to running back Philly. Okay, we'll go say hi to DJ Eastwood. All right? Let's go say hi to DJ, give him some love and support, and say play-by-play with JJ Raid. All right? Let's go say hi to DJ. JJ Raid. We love you. Go Sixers and Phillies. Let's go say hi. Go say hi to DJ Eastwood. That's who we'll go raid.
Like right after the Harden trade, I thought KJ
KGB's
Martin was
there,
the worst
let's
NBA
go.
player I've ever seen. I couldn't find a single skill that he had. And then once we started to
I rated my
it became
refrigerator
clear
three-step.
we need rebounding, we need defense, and he became one of those guys. I really became a big fan of KJ Martin for what he was good at, and Nick Nurse using him for that specific thing and not putting him in other situations where you can expose his lack of other skills. But yeah, obviously it's his
There we go.
shooting in general would have to be a little bit of something for you to keep him and
lose
keep
there.
him and
Good. KGB's
justify $18 million. So yeah, I think he definitely ends up getting moved too. But yeah, I would like to. Hopefully he improves, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for a lot of guys, and I think KJ Martin's also one of them that could give you a little bit more.
Great, good stuff.
This upcoming season.
Can't wait. Got to be a member for 5 minutes. No worries,
let's
no
talk
worries,
about
man.
The guy you were talking about, the Rico.
All right, so Jeff Hoffman's going to come on in to pitch. Just wanted to make sure that we said hi. Za saw us. I think DJ saw us too, but he's doing a collab with Sean Bernard. Shout out to Sean Bernard too, by the way. The pitch, and that is taken at the knees for strike one. So here we go. Top of the 7th, Jeff Hoffman is now going to pitch. He's got a nice voice. He does a really good job with the Sixers content. He really does. I am a big fan of his. The pitch. Strike 2. He hasn't been on in a while, so he hasn't been live in a while, so I wanted to make sure that we said hi to him. That was a good one. The ball is 2 strikes. Looks like Cronin is going to be warming up. Correct. But, nah, he sees his members, though, and he'll see me. But it is what it is. The 0-2, and that's taken low and outside for a ball. The goal is to just give our guys love and support. You know what I mean? What's his channel? It's DJ Eastwood. I posted the link down below. I can post it again if you want to go say hi, or if you want to check it out and subscribe. You should. The pitch on the way. Ground ball past the diving stop of Sosa into center field, and Hoffman allows a leadoff single here in the top of the 7th to Jonah Bride. I subscribed to him for a while. Good channel. Yeah, he does a really good stuff. Daniel says, I like to spread my negativity for the Sixers. All right, so I thought Sosa should have, maybe he shouldn't have had that, but I don't know. Kyle Stowers is up to bat. He singled in his first at-bat, then grounded out to the pitcher and struck out. Pitch, and that's taken for a ball. DJ's like a less sellout version of Broads. I disagree with that. I think that DJ is definitely getting a lot of people on there now. Not saying that Broads isn't getting a lot of people, but Broads doesn't do lives. You know what I mean? The pitch, swing and a miss. Hoffman is on the bump. We'll get to his stats in just a few moments. Don't you worry. 6-5 Phils in the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. Hoffman has a 1.98 ERA. That doesn't really tell the full story. He's allowed 6 earned runs in the month of August. His ERA is at a 13.5. The pitch. Fly ball. And that is a foul ball. Broads was live tonight? I missed that. I did not see that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Righty on lefty. Hoffman versus Stowers. And the 2-2 is way up high for ball 3. Lopez is on deck. Otto Lopez, that is. The payoff pitch by Hoffman. Swing and a miss. And Stowers strikes out by chasing a high fastball that was also outside. Man, I needed that. I am shocked that he went to that pitch. Whew. JJ McCarthy is Lonzo Ball confirmed. I mean, it's way too it's premature now. All right, so top of the 7th, 1 out. Lopez up to bat and the pitch, and that's taken wide for a ball. Let's see the K's in the chat. Lopez reached on an air back in the 5th and also stole a base. The pitch on the way, and that's taken for strike 1. So it's a 1-1 count now to Otto Lopez. Tinoco and Cronin are both warming up in the Marlins bullpen. Curious as to why. The 1-1. Strike 2 right at the knees. Lopez is on a 4-game hitting streak. And he's also reached base safely in each of his last 7 games. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hoffman takes a very quick breath, and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss once again. Back-to-back Ks by Hoffman. Man, that was awesome. I mean, Lopez was way out in front of that curveball. He probably could have swung at it a second later, and he still would have been early. That's how early he was on that pitch. Give him another full second, and he probably still would have swung on and missed at that. The pitch to Derek Hill, and that's taken for a strike. Hill's 2 for 3 with 2 singles in his first 2 at-bats. And he struck out looking back in the 5th. The 0-1. Fastball at 98 right down the hatch. And it's now an 0-2 count. Jeff Hoffman's definitely getting back into his groove now. Don't want to jinx it. But it looks like over these last 2 batters, he's definitely done a better job at executing on pitch counts. Bride's still over at first. No balls, 2 strikes to Hill. And the 0-2, that's outside. Good eye by Hill. We got 357 people on here watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and donate to the channel if you would like to. We go on here for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game. Try to be on here for a lot. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Stowers, Lopez, and Hill. And, well, Jeff Hoffman does strike out the side, gets a standing ovation, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. It is 6-5 Philadelphia. 1, 2, and 3. Love it. All right, bottom of the 7th. It is time now for your Philadelphia Phillies trivia question of the day. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. And, of course, this 7th inning trivia question is brought to you by Ethan Baumels of Advisors Mortgage. If you're looking to purchase or refinance a primary residence, a second home, or investment property in New Jersey or PA, my guy Ethan has you covered. For personalized services, give Ethan a call today at 609-230-5558. He was one of my basketball coaches and has also just been an incredible mentor for me on a personal and professional standpoint and has over 20 years of experience. Again, that's 609-230-5558. Give Ethan a call today and tell him that I sent you and say hello. All right, so I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question. If you get it right, you will hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. All right, so this is what I want to know. Which player holds the Phillies franchise record for home runs in a single season? That's what I want to know. Which Phillies player holds the Phillies franchise record for home runs in a single season? TJ Hawkinson. That is... No, I know you were answering Larry. I just wanted to catch you off guard. Ryan Howard. That is correct. Good job. Ryan Howard is correct. Howard had 58 home runs in a single season. The pitch to Schwarber, and he takes that one for a strike. Good job. What day is today? August 14th. The 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 right on the outside corner. Emmanuel's still pitching, by the way. Red Sox and Rangers are tied 7-7. Wild. The 0-2 pitch to Schwarber, and that is low and outside for ball 1. Jose Alvarado's warming up in the Phillies bullpen. He'll pitch the top of the 8th. Phillies could definitely use some runs here. Hopefully Alvarado will be good, but you'd like to see them try to score runs. The 1-2 pitch, and that's on the outside corner for a called strike 3. That was a pitcher's pitch, and Kyle Schwarber not too happy with that call. But he'll try to talk things over with Chris Conroy, and there's one gone. Larry, you're very funny. Yohan Rojas. That's funny. Where's Pumper at? Where's Brian at? That's gonna be it for that's gonna be it for Kent Emanuel. Former Philly player Kent Emanuel. He's now 32 years old. And we have a pitching change coming up by the Marlins. By the way, this is his first major league appearance. Actually, sorry, this is his 6th appearance this season. And before that, last time he made a major league appearance was back in 2021 with the Astros. It's wild. TJ Fradel with a multi-homer game on his birthday. Let's see Yohan Rojas do that. That's funny, though. 347 people on here watching. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe. Donate to the channel as well by hitting that super chat button. It is near the live chat. We go on for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game. My name is Jason Joseph. Let me put the camera on me for a second. So hi, everybody. In case you don't know me, just a little background. It won't take much of your time. It'll be an elevator pitch for 1 minute. I was a broadcaster at Rowan University. I graduated with a sports broadcasting degree, called games for the Wilmington Blue Rocks for minor league baseball, and the Delaware Blue Coats for G League basketball when I was in college, and I graduated in the spring of 2022 and have been on here for 21 months. You heard that correctly. And we've been trying to call games here on the digital media airways for you guys and also trying to get as many reps as we possibly can. And we're trying to look into the future because this is the future, and the future is already here. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program, and Declan Cronin is going to be pitching. This is outing number 42 for him on the season, and he has a 3-3 record, has a 4.37 ERA in 55 2/3 with 61 strikeouts and 20 walks allowed. No homers allowed this season, which is actually quite impressive. All right, so bottom of the 7th, 1 out, and Castellanos is coming up to bat. And the pitch, and that is taken for a strike. We all love you, JJ. I love you all too, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. The ball is 1 strike. Castellanos did walk and single in this game, and the 0-1 is outside and in the dirt. Cronin has a slider, a sinker, a 4-seamer, and technically he has a sweeper, but he's only thrown it like 2 or 3 times. The 1-1. Ground ball over towards the left side. Rivera has it, throws it over to first, and there's 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down, and now Bryce Harper is coming up to bat. How about this? Jason Stark just tweeted out something that was interesting. As Bryce Harper's coming up. The pitch to Harper. That is low and away. So Kyle Schwarber hit his 28th homer of the year. Back in the bottom of the fourth, it was an opposite field grand slam, but it was only his second versus an NL East team. The other one was back on March 31st against Chris Sale. 1-1 pitch on the way. Line drive down the left field line. It is a fair ball. So Bryce Harper is going to jog on over to second base, or sprint, I should say, actually. Kyle Stowers did get over to it. And Harper uses the opposite field, and that's his second 2-out double today. First time it was over towards the right field line. This time it's over towards the third base line. Good piece of hitting by Bryce, and it hit the backstop. And just went out over to left field. So a 2-out double. And now up to bat is Alec Bohm. George! Pitch to Bohm, and that is going to get away from the catcher, but it goes all the way. It actually hit the backstop and then went back over towards the mound. And Harper did the right thing by staying put over at second base. I'll tell you this, the fact that Bryce is getting doubles, that I think is actually a good sign. I do. 1 ball, no strikes to Alec Bohm. And the next pitch, and that was just inside. Good job by Chris Conroy behind the plate to not call that a strike. Two balls, no strikes to Alec Bohm. Cronin gets set at the belt and fires. And that is fouled away towards the right field side, and it goes into the seats. Alex average is at 295. Also has 12 homers and 80 RBI as well. Drove 295 yesterday. 2-1 pitch, and that's fouled back. Oh, I thought he had it, but he just missed it and got a piece of it. I took 295 yesterday. Anybody else take Route 295? 2 balls, 2 strikes to Alec Bohm. And the next pitch on the way. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. Harper's rounding third. He'll come in to score. 7-5 Philadelphia on the RBI single by Alec Bohm. And the Phillies get a little bit of some insurance here in the bottom of the 7th. So there you go. Phillies get a big 2-out hit there by Alec Bohm after a double by Harper. And now Bryson Stott's coming up. He missed a homer his last time up. He walked, stole a base, and singled as well. The pitch, and that is low and outside for ball 1. We needed that. We definitely needed that for sure. See if Stott can get on here. That would be really nice. The 1-0 pitch to Bryson. Outside and high for ball 2. So Alec Bohm is 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI. 2 balls, no strikes to Bryson Stott. And the next pitch, and that is in the dirt for ball 3. Good block, though, by Ali Sanchez, and the count is now 3-0. See the Bohm emojis. There's Seema Fox. Love that. There we go. Serena with a Bohm emoji, too. Love it. 3-0 pitch. That looked a little bit up high, but maybe it caught the edge of the plaque, and nonetheless it is called a strike. Bohm is third in the NL in RBI, or tied for third with Ketel Marte. He's behind Ohtani and Ozuna. 3-1 pitch on the way. High bouncer over the head of the first baseman, out to right field for a base hit. Bohm is going to go on over to third base. Sanchez throws it, and it's cut off by the first baseman, and Stott gets on with a double. Oh, the Phillies definitely needed that. That was a high hopper that was over the head of the first baseman, and that they definitely needed that. Jonah Bride, nothing that he could do about that. Bride's like, well, I give up, and he couldn't even jump for it because that bounced about 14 feet high or so, and Bohm did a good job at just running over to third base, standing up. And over at second base is Bryson Stott. All right, so here we go. We have a timeout called on the mound. Let's go. No Stottlemyre's out there. Don't forget to like. And don't forget to subscribe as well. And turn on the notification bell icons. You're also more than welcome to donate to the channel via Super Chat. We go on here for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game. All right, so now it'll be JT Realmuto who comes up to the plate. There we go. Now we see Philly fans cheering. Now we have something to cheer for. I get it. So here comes Realmuto with 2 runners on in scoring position. And the pitch. Net is low and outside for a ball. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. 1 ball, no strikes. Declan Cronin gets set and delivers. Line drive down the right field line. It's a fair ball. 2 runs will score. Phillies will take a 9-5 lead as Stott comes in, and so does Bohm. An opposite field 2-run double by JT Realmuto. Let's go. Boy, did he need that. All right, here we go. So Realmuto's on over at second. The next pitch to Edmundo Sosa is taken down low for a ball. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. And the count is now 1-1. The Phillies were down 5-1, or 5-2 at one point of this game, and have gone on a 7-0 run. The next pitch to Sosa, high bouncer, hit over to shortstop, throw over to first. Sosa, does he beat it out? No, he does not. That was a good dig over at first base that was made by Jonah Bride, and the inning finally comes to an end. The Phillies do get a couple of runs, though, thanks to a 2-run double by JT Realmuto and an RBI single by Alec Bohm, all with 2 outs. So the Phillies had 5 hits in a row, and finally the inning is over. 9-5 Philadelphia. Let's go. All right. Daniel, don't say that. Sets us up for disappointment. 7 unanswered runs. Yes. Brian says, I guess playing Madden helped. Grace is here. Grace was the good luck charm tonight so far. So far, the game ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. 6 more subs in order for us to get to 3830. 6 more, man. I think I've cracked my voice a couple times tonight. That's not good. Means I need to get some tea after this. It is tea time for JJ. TT for JJ. Rangers are up 9-7 in extra innings now against the Boston Red Sox, and the Red Sox are coming up to bat. Did Josh Hader? Josh Hader, I think, blew a save. Did he just blow a save? They had a 1-0 lead. Oh, no, it was Abreu that blew the save. And now Hader's going to pitch against Morel. Christopher Morel got traded to the Rays? I didn't know that. Dodgers might lose. It's 3-3 in just the third inning. All right. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Phillies bullpen tonight so far. 2 2/3. 5 strikeouts. And 1 hit allowed. Drink a beer, JJ. Yep, that'll definitely help the vocal cords. I'm not ready for a beer yet. Let's see them get a win. I don't even know if I'll get a beer after that. Here we go. Top of the 8th. It's 9-5 Philadelphia. Rivera up to bat. Former Diamondback. And the pitch. And that's taken at the knees for strike 1 at 97. It was a sinker. Of course I drink. Yes, I drink. Yes, absolutely. It ain't over. So far, she's been a good luck charm, though. The 0-1 pitch, and that is in the dirt for a ball. Not even wearing my lucky Phillies hat tonight. Shame on me, man. Richard, thank you so much for coming on and for subscribing. A ball, 1 strike. And the next pitch, swing and a miss. It was a cutter at 93. That was a very good cutter. One ball, 2 strikes. Alvarado on the bump. And the 1-2 to Rivera in the dirt. And the count is now tied up at 2 apiece. Hoffman struck out the side in the 7th. And Alvarado's in to pitch the 8th. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball. Hit over to shortstop. Sosa has it. Gobbles it up. Throws across the diamond. And there's 1 gone in the 8th. Sorry, I played the wrong sound effect. Let's get to 200 likes. Don't wear it tomorrow either, JJ, says Larry. Okay, I won't. Alvarado, by the way, has a 4.53 ERA and 49 strikeouts this season. Last time he pitched, he allowed 3 earned runs against the Diamondbacks on Sunday. 9-5 Philadelphia. They're on a 7-0 run in basketball terms. The pitch, and that is low and inside for a ball. David Hensley is going to pinch hit for Ali Sanchez. Batting just 100 on the season in the 1-0. Line drive down the right field line. It is a fair ball. Castellanos goes all the way towards the corner. And Hensley gets his first extra base hit as a Marlin. If you can believe that. Well, Schumacher made a move, and it worked. Barely kept it fair. Now it's Xavier Edwards that comes up. This is why it was so important for them to get those insurance runs. KGB knew it, and he was right. One out, top of the 8th. Edwards up to bat, and the pitch on the way, swing and a miss. 6 more subs till we get us to 3830. I want us to break that mark, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the donation bell or the super chat icon too if you'd like. The pitch inside for ball one. Edwards is 1 for 3 today. He did steal a base. He's 25 years old. The 1-1 pitch misses inside for ball two. Graduated from North Broward Preparatory School in Coconut Creek, Florida. He's from New York, though. That's where he was born. 2-1 pitch, and that's up high for ball three. He was the 30th overall pick in the 2018 MLB draft by the Padres. 3-1 pitch, and that's up high for ball four. And now JT Realmuto is going to go out there to talk things over with Jose Alvarado. So that's going to put some traffic on the bases. If Berger gets on, then the tying run is coming up to the plate. How about that 2-out approach a minute ago? I talked about it a little bit, man. Talked about it a little bit, so that was nice. The Mets have a 9-1 lead against Oakland. Phillies have a 9-5 lead against the Marlins. Runners over at first and second for Miami in the top of the eighth. Phillies were up 6-5 and just got a couple of extra runs in the seventh thanks to 2-out hits by Alec Bohm on the RBI single and JT Realmuto with a big 2-run double. First pitch, and this at-bat to Berger is way inside for ball one. Alvarado takes a very deep breath here. And the 1-0 pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over to left field, and it'll be caught by Marsh for out number 2. Thank goodness. Another one left down right at the middle of the plate. And Berger, for the second straight at-bat, just missed it. Man. Right down the center. Remember, if you curse, at least use some characters, or else, yep, you're going to be put in the timeout if you curse by a mod member. Jesus Sanchez comes up, and the pitch on the way, swing and a miss. So 2 outs now, top of the eighth, and Sanchez is 2 for 4. Did have 2 singles, a run scored, and an RBI earlier in the game. 0-1 pitch, and that's in the dirt. Good block by JT. Sanchez is just 1 for 6 against Alvarado with an RBI single. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. Sosa has it, flips it over to second, just in time to get Edwards. Bottom of the eighth coming up. Phillies get out of the inning. There was a traffic jam, but the Phillies are able to successfully get out of the jam. And we go to the bottom of the eighth. It is 9-5 Philadelphia. Nice. Good stuff. 3 more outs, but we got to bat first. Come on, man. 5 more subs till we get to 38-30. And I got a lot to say in this post-game show. I do. I got a lot to say. Tigers have a walk-off opportunity. I care about the Phillies, but that is cool for the Tigers. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Detroit Tigers. Shout out to Matt Vierling and the Tigers. What's up, Scott? How you doing? The Rangers just won, right? Royals beat the Minnesota Twins today by a score of 4-1. The Diamondbacks won 11-4 against the Rockies. Padres slaughtered the Pittsburgh Pirates 8-2. And Baltimore was able to close it out against the Nationals. 4-1 was the final score of that game. Mm. 357 people tuning in. Tell your friends, tell your family members about this channel. Please hit the like button. I need us to get to 200 likes. I do. I need that to happen. 200 likes and 3,830 subscribers. Feel free to hit the super chat button as well. Oh, I only mentioned this because I'm from the Detroit area. It's instant. No, you're good, man. You're good. No worries. 157 likes. That means that 200 of you have not hit the thumbs up button. Man, come on, bro. Come on. 158. There we go. That's one more. I like the sound of that. Comes Brandon Marsh. And the first pitch is taken low for a ball. On the mound now is Brett DeGoose, who has a 7.71 ERA. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Like the video, JJ is great. Daniel San is great too, by the way. Thank you so much for being on here all these times, throughout good and bad times, man. That goes to each and every one of you. The pitch, and that's taken for ball 2. So the count is now 2-1. Bottom of the 8th. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-1 pitch is inside and low. Three balls, one strike. Brett is 26 years old, and the 3-1 pitch. Line drive into left field for a base hit, and Brandon Marsh able to come through with an opposite field single. So maybe Marsh is starting to turn things around. That's now back-to-back singles by him. And that's also the 12th hit of the day by the Phils. Or the 13th, I should say. Cincinnati Reds, by the way, they just swept the Cardinals and have the best record since June 14th. And they're 4 games out of the playoff race. The pitch on the way, and that's taken for a strike. Ohtani also just swiped his 35th stolen base of the season, too. The ball is one strike to Yohan Rojas. That is a beautiful close-up of somebody filming Rojas on his phone. How the camera operator films that, I don't know, but the NBC Sports really deserves a shout-out for that. Got it perfectly square on. 1 ball, 1 strike. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-1 pitch to Rojas. Ground ball back over to shortstop. And the throw over to first is just in time. Good job by Marsh to hustle over to second base. The ball sort of slowed up a little bit as Xavier Edwards did get to it. But Marsh was able to hustle out over at second base. And now we go back to the top of the order. And Kyle Schwarber is coming up to bat. Bottom of the 8th. Let's see the Schwarber emojis. Come on. Pitch to Kyle, and that's low for a ball. Charge! The pitch to Kyle Schwarber. On the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. Bro, I wish that there was a baseball fan of the year. I really do. 1-1, and that's fouled away. NBA should also have a fan of the year, too. All the 4 major sports should. I would love to have those types of things for the other three sports. 1-2 to Schwarber. Low and inside for ball 2. This is the guy who literally changed the whole entire game for the Phils. They were down 5-2, and one swing of the bat gave the Phillies the lead on an opposite field grand slam. 2-2 pitch, and that is inches outside. It was at the knees. It was a perfect pitch and a great call by Chris Conroy. The count is now 3-2 to Kyle Schwarber, and he'll call for time really quickly. Nick Castellanos is up next. He is singled and walked today. Turner had the night off. 3-2 pitch to Schwarber, and he fouls it off and stays alive. Great at-bat by Kyle. 5 more subs, so we got the 38-30. What's going on in the chat? Payoff pitch to Schwarber, and he fouls it away and stays alive once again. Schwarber has never faced Brett DeGeus. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the payoff pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Good sinker thrown by DeGeus, and Schwarber strikes out, and there's 2 gone. Now it's Nick Castellanos who comes up to bat. Casty 1 for 3 with a walk on the single, and takes a fastball right down Broad Street for strike 1. What are y'all talking about in the chat? What's going on? What am I missing? 0-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball it over to shortstop. It's gobbled up by the shortstop Edwards, and the throw over to first is in time. And the inning is over. Time to go to the top of the 9th. Phillies are 3 outs away from getting a victory against the Miami Marlins. Last chance, guys. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notification bell icons. Thank you for the coverage. I'm a Phillies fan in Arizona. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles games, guys. I'll be the bat boy. What's going on in the chat? Oops, I voted for someone else. What are y'all talking about? JJ, we're voting for who should manage the team and if I should close it or not, says Snooter Prod. Dude, I'd love to see a pitch. We got a $5 donation. Our first donation of the night from Andrew Travelli. Let's go. Thank you so much. Phillies really need to figure it out. I'm about to say screw it and get ready for football. Go Birds, says Andrew Travelli. Well, you kind of have to give them a little bit of credit for at least figuring it out tonight so far. Now, anything can change. But they kind of are. Maybe they're turning it. I don't know. But I'll take a win. I will take a win. I'm pitching. I have a nasty fart ball. A fart ball? Was that on purpose? I have a nasty fart ball? Oh my gosh. At 73 miles per hour. That is unbelievable. Wow. Wow. Jane's pitching, and she's not throwing fastballs, guys. She's throwing FART balls. That's how one letter in a word can change the entire complexity of one sentence. Carlos Estevez is going to pitch even though it is not a save situation. Are we adults? I wonder that sometimes. We got a $2 donation from Solvable C. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. All right, so top of the ninth, 9-5, Philadelphia. And the pitch, and that is low for a ball. This team has me working from 9 to 5 on here, literally and figuratively. The pitch, and that is inside for a ball. We have gone completely off the rails. And now we got to get back on track. 2 balls, no strikes. Jonah Bride up at the plate. That's why we're Philly freaks. We need mental help. 2-0 pitch to Bride, and that is taken on the inside edge for strike 1. Jane, did you do that on purpose? Be honest. Be honest. 2-1 pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over to left field, and that is hooking foul, I believe, and it does stay foul. That was funny. Don't feel ashamed. It's just funny. Two balls, 2 strikes. Estevez is pitching for Philadelphia. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's fouled off. You're funny, Jane. That cracked me up. You got me there. That was really funny. Oh, man. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that is low for ball 3. I think if there was one game to describe how bipolar this team is, I think it's this one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Estevez gets the first out of the inning, and Bride goes down on strikes. It's funny. It's funny, like, when y'all make me laugh, and I appreciate that. I need that. I think we all need that. It is funny. Here comes Stowers, and the first pitch, he takes it barely inside for a ball. Don't worry, after this game is done, we have a lot to talk about. 1 ball, no strikes. And the next pitch to Stowers, and that's on the outside edge for strike 1. See the K's in the chat. Let's go. The 10th pitch by Estevez, and that is swung on and missed. How about that changeup at 88 that was on the upper third of the zone? Did not anticipate that. One-two pitch on the way. Swung on and missed at 97 miles per hour. Right down the hatch. How about that? He goes with a changeup that was on the upper third of the zone and then is like, here's one for you at 97 right down Broad Street. And here we go. The Marlins are down to their final out. First pitch to Otto Lopez is way up high for ball 1. The pitch on the way, and that's taken low for ball 2. Estevez has a 2.21 ERA and a .79 whip. Last time out, he allowed his first run of the season, if you can believe that. Or his first run, since April 30th. The pitch, and that is just fouled back, so it's now a 2-1 count. 5 more subs till we get to 38-30. Let's go. Estevez kicks, fires the pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards center field. This should do it. Estevez pumps his fist. Rojas is there. He'll make the catch. And that's the ball game. So the Phillies come back and score 7 unanswered runs. They were down 5-2 in the bottom of the 4th and just snapped a 4-game losing streak, and they beat the Marlins by a score of 9-5. Ring the bell. The Philadelphia Phillies win. There we go. Woo! Let's go. Happy birthday, Yohan Rojas, by the way. All right. Good enough. All right. I got some words that I got to say. I have things that are on my chest. Yes. I love each and every one of you, man. I appreciate you all so much for being here. I really felt like I called 2 different games. And before I get to my analysis, okay, because, yes, there are things that I do want to discuss about this game and about this team, and I'm not going to lose sight of that. I'm not going to lose sight of that, okay? However, they did win this game, and they ended up winning 9-5. They did. Good job by the bullpen. The bullpen came through. And the offense, for once, in that 7th inning, besides the grand slam by Kyle Schwarber, and we'll talk about Kyle Schwarber's grand slam because that was literally the turning point of the game. It was. But, look, overall, let's just talk about who won this game, who ended up getting the loss. Tyler Phillips did start this game, did not get the win. He has a 3-1 record now. Jose Ruiz now has a 3-1 record. He came in and he pitched really well. Edward Cabrera ended up getting the loss, and he's now 2-4 on the season. He went 4 innings, allowed 6 hits, 6 earned runs, and yeah. All right, where do I want to begin? Okay, so we'll talk about this game. Okay, talk about this game. All right, let's take this graphic off. Let's put the camera on me for a second. First of all, thank you so much for tuning in on here. Yeah, this game. It feels nice to finally have 70 wins. It's about time. It's about time that we got to 70. It's about time. But we got there. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I saw a team that looked like that they were going to wet the bed in the first inning. I felt like, here we go again. Another lifeless baseball game by this ball club. And you could probably hear it in my voice. I was not happy. And when I'm not happy, something's not right. And when I talk down a little bit and I try to, show it in my tone a little bit, I do that for a reason because that's how I feel. And I did not feel good. And usually when I don't feel good about something, that's usually when Philly Nation is like, okay, this is not good. This is really not good because now JJ doesn't feel good. 3-run homer allowed by Tyler Phillips in that first inning. It wasn't just the 3-run homer. Dude, he hit a batter, and literally Jesus Sanchez gets on with a single. And that could have been more than 3 runs. Let's be honest, guys. That could have been more than 3 runs. Because Stowers then got on with a single after that. Lopez grounded into a fielder's choice. Derek Hill got on with a double. And Rivera somehow struck out. That really was insane how he actually got out of that inning. Because that could have been even worse. It really could have been. And then comes the top of the second, right? A walk to Edwards, and then a single by Berger. I don't know how he got out of that inning too, but he did. And Rob dodged a bullet there. because I really thought that Rob should have pulled Tyler Phillips after the first inning. I'm sorry. That's how I felt. That's how I really felt. And Rob literally got saved by Tyler Phillips. That was not good. The fourth inning comes after we somehow, we got traffic on the bases. I'm actually happy that we got base runners in this game. But, man, that first run was pretty ugly. We got a double play grounded into by Edmundo Sosa after Stott and JT get on with a walk and a single. That's a rally killer, man. Yeah, you got the run, but that's not a good way to get the run. And I was sort of mocking them by playing that bell. And then in the bottom of the third, what happens? Well, Bryce Harper does beat out a throw. Have to give him credit for that because the Phillies don't win the game if he doesn't do that and he gets an RBI fielder's choice. So that was also kind of big after Castellanos got on with a walk and Rojas actually got on with a walk too. And Rojas stole second. And then that was nice. And Harper gets the RBI fielder's choice. I'm happy he hustled. I'm happy he beat it out. But, yeah. Fourth inning comes. We figure, okay, well, they're getting back into this game. And now, guess what? Single, and a sac fly from Edwards, Berger, Sanchez, and Bride. Now, all of a sudden, it was a 3-2 game. Now it's a 5-2 game. We're like, uh-oh, here we go again. This team is not going to win. And then what happens in the bottom of the fourth? Well, we know what the big at-bat was. Stott gets on with a leadoff single. Good at-bat, by the way. He was down in the count 1-2, and he ended up getting on base. That was a big hit. Can't lie about that. JT got on with a walk. I said if you go back to the timeline in that inning, I said this is where the Phillies have to take advantage because it wasn't like Edward Cabrera was overpowering. Really. Like, he wasn't giving you lethal stuff today. He wasn't. I'm just being honest with you. Edward Cabrera did not give you an A-plus performance. And I figured he was leaking oil. Now's the time where you got to take advantage. And finally, they did. Sosa grounds into a fielder's choice. I thought that was gutsy, and that was another nice game-saving play by the shortstop. Why am I forgetting his name? Xavier Edwards. Xavier Edwards is a Phillies killer, man. But that ball gets by him. Then there goes a run. But Edwards made a nice play. Threw it over to third. Stott was out by literally half a second by force. Typical Phillies. Marsh then strikes out. And then Johan Rojas, with 2 outs, hits an infield single. Everybody's safe. And then Schwarber comes up, flips the switch. Bam. 6-5. 6-5 on that one swing. And that changed the entire narrative of the game. It did. Gave the Phillies life, and the Marlins were shocked after that. They just needed that one swing. So. And then, what happens next? Well, the Phillies bullpen actually did their job tonight. They did. Phillies bullpen came through. Literally gave them 5 2/3. Allowed 2 hits. And had 7 strikeouts. Jeff Hoffman was electric in that 7th inning. After allowing that base hit, I think it was to Otto Lopez, he struck out the side. Oh, no, it was Jonah Bride that he allowed the base hit to. And, well, you figured that the Phillies needed to get some more insurance runs because we don't know how this bullpen, we can't trust the bullpen. That's the truth. We couldn't trust the bullpen. And so, finally, bottom of the 7th comes, and I thought that the unsung heroes of tonight's game were everybody's at-bat with the 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Schwarber strikes out looking. Castellanos grounds out over to third. Harper gets that rally started by going the opposite way and getting an opposite field double. And then you have Bohm who gets on with an RBI single. Stott then hits a cherry bomb over the first baseman's head as a high bouncer. gets on with a double, and then JT just opens the gates and says, "Good night, Miami," and punches a double down the right field line. And that was the game. That was the game right there. And the Phillies needed that. They did. They absolutely needed that. And while I'm happy that they won this game, I'm not happy with this ball club. I'm not losing sight of that. I'm not happy with this team. This team has really been in shambles. And I can still say that even after a win. I'm not happy with this team. Happy that they won the game, great. Not happy with how they've played overall. That doesn't dismiss the fact of 3 terrible weeks of awful, pitiful baseball. And I'm going to put them out for that. I'm going to go off on them because they deserve that. Even after a win tonight. I'm not going to lie. They deserve that. Awful performances. Yesterday was finally the point where I just said, yeah, they need to be in panic mode. 5-0 shutout from the Marlins yesterday. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Does this turn their season around? I don't know. But unacceptable is how they played over these last 3 weeks. Great, they won the Dodgers series. We thought maybe that would be the turning point there. They win the first game against the Diamondbacks, and then I go away after they lose a bad game on Friday night, and they can't get the job done. So, yeah, not happy. I'm still not happy with this team. I'm not happy. But good job. Good job. Go out there and win tomorrow against the Washington Nationals, and maybe I'll feel even more better. I don't really know. I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of like, if this team wins games, I'll still be behind them for sure, but it doesn't feel the same right now. So, doesn't. Tyler Phillips didn't do a good job today, and I think that we're going to have questions now about Tyler Phillips. The admiration of him throwing the 4-hitter, that seems like it was eons ago, man. AJP says they win the series coming up tomorrow. Then I'll say we either are almost out of the slump or they're out of the slump, depending on how they play. I need them to win one game at a time, and tomorrow I need them to do what they did from the 4th inning on today. That swing by Schwarber in the 4th was a beauty. Made me think about the Bedlam at the Bank swing because it was hit in the same sort of spot, and it was golfed. It was such a great swing, and I think Schwarber knew it was going to go. It was a rocket. All right, I'm done. One word to describe that game. In one word, tripolar, says Vigilant Tracker. I feel you on that, man. Tripolar. I'm still not happy with this team. I'm still not feeling good. But I'm happy that they won. Happy that they won. What else? I feel like we are relying on homers a little too much. Snooter, not only are we relying on home runs, we are relying on 2-out base hits. Let's be real. I mean, sure that they cashed through today, but every time they get a hit now, it feels like that there's 2 outs. And you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail at that. You are. Now, everybody had a hit in the lineup tonight except for Edmundo Sosa. Nice. Great. But can they keep this up? I don't know. I don't know. Good night, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Snooter. Thank you so much, Jane. Yeah, I appreciate you all for being here. If Schwarber's hot and Harper starts to hit and he's coming out of the slump, or Rochelle and Turner's playing tomorrow, I hope that could really spark something up for us and Trey Turner to step up. I need our offense to do well, but I need our pitching to be A+. The pitching tonight was nice. Alvarado did look a little bit shaky, and I'm so happy that they got those insurance runs because I don't trust him. I don't trust Alvarado now. That's the first time I'm saying that. I don't trust Alvarado. And people are going to be like, well, welcome to the party, JJ. For a while, he had a really good track record. And I don't trust him. So, good night. Good night, Snooter. Thank you so much for coming on here. Any more words that you guys have to say about this team or about this game, please comment down below. JT with some really good at-bats today. I agree. I think JT did have some good at-bats. I mean, that hit to right field that he had with 2 outs, that was a good swing. That was a great cut. 1-0 pitch, right down the middle, bam! That's what I need JT to do. That's what I need him to do. The RBI double play was our secret weapon tonight, says Larry. The sarcasm exists. AJP says, I'm a little bit more happy than I was yesterday, but I'm still not fully happy with the Phils. One game doesn't mean anything. They need to prove that they can win the series versus the Nationals if they win. Tomorrow we are back. I need them to just win games. I don't care how ugly it looks. I need them to win games. Just get us W's. Get us the W's, man. I do. That's all that matters to me. I have a question for you for the Phils. Ask right away. Ask right away, man. Got 140 people still tuning in. Please let me know your thoughts down below. I'll be on here. I'll take a couple more comments. What was the final score? It was 9-5 Phils. This was much needed, man. This was a much needed win. All right, well, if nobody else has any sort of comments on here, well, I think that's going to wrap things up for us. AJP says, do you think if the pitching starts to do their job, in the series, and Harper and Schwarber and also Turner, if they cook up in this next series, do you think it'll turn the ball club around? Hypothetically speaking, maybe. I know it's the Nationals. I need to see the product, though. If you were to tell me that Kyle Schwarber would hit a grand slam today, I would have had to tell you I needed to see when it happened, where it happened, and how things were going, because I was not feeling good at all. And that one swing changed the whole entire mood of the voice. So I think it's all about momentum, and it's all about the timing of when these things happen. On paper, and in a hypothetical, sure, if Harper and Turner and Bohm, all three get hot, or whoever you said, Schwarber gets hot, sure. And if the pitching starts to do their job, yes, theoretically, that sounds great. But I need to see it in action. And when this stuff happens. When do they get the strikeouts? When do they get the big-time hits? Right? That's what matters to me. Rob Thompson's being interviewed now. I was going to go off on that guy. Because clearly I'm not happy about him either. And tonight, I'll be honest, I wasn't happy with his decisions tonight. I really was not. I thought that he had a loser mentality tonight again. I do. Even after Kyle Schwarber hits the grand slam, there's no way, no how, Tyler Phillips should be pitching in that next inning. Why does he deserve to go out there for another inning? First of all, he's on rest for about 25 minutes. So now you expect him to go out there and pitch again. Secondly, I understand that your bullpen hasn't been so good. But at that point, I'm thinking about the eye test. And the eye test was telling me he did not look good today. He didn't. He did not look good today. What makes you feel confident to have him go out there for the fifth inning? He dodged a bullet. I hate being this tough on him, but he deserves the heat. And tonight, I thought that he didn't even manage the game well. Thank you for answering my question. Wait, let me get to this one first. I know Trey Turner is good, but honestly, bench Trey Turner, do you think so? Look, man, all I care about is wins. All I care about is wins. Trey Turner maybe getting benched. Maybe it did provide a statement to this team. I don't know. It took them forever to wake up. But I don't know if that really solves everything because there's a lot of problems with this team. There is. There's a lot of problems. And I don't think even Bryson Stott's batting average is not even like near where the biggest problem is. The problem is that nobody can hit. It's not just one person. It's nobody. Until tonight. Let's see this one. I know Sosa didn't really do anything, but Turner is not being home run Turner anymore. Yeah, I agree, but tell me who else in this lineup can you really trust? Not really many. I mean, Kyle Schwarber, even though Kyle Schwarber was breaking out of a slump, he was on a 5-game hitless streak. You know, I don't know. I don't have the answers. Thank you for answering my question, JJ. I love you, man. I live in Deptford, New Jersey. If I see you, I'm going to say what's up to you and high five you. Love you, man. Thank you for all that you do. Keep up the great work and go Phils. You too, bro. AJP, you're the man. You're the man, bro. When does Ranger come back and pitch? I don't know yet, honestly. I really don't. I think he should be back soon. But Ranger hasn't been great. He hasn't been pitching that great, but if he comes back and pitches a good game, you think that he'll be off the hot seat? Yes. Because if Ranger is now going to go out there and give you some really good outings, guess what? Now you have your 4 aces again, and that gives you more flexibility for that 5th starter. Unfortunately, because Ranger has missed time, and Ranger even before the injury wasn't doing enough, now Tyler Phillips has a bigger eye on him. And so does Taijuan Walker. So, that's not good. Only really Schwarber and Harper and Bohm. Yeah, that's not really much. It's not really saying too much, so. All right, I'm done. Good job by the Phillies to win this game. I don't know how they did it. They got it done. That's all that matters. They escaped with the win. And they better come back tomorrow and be on their A game. It's alumni weekend, man. I need them to show up. I do. I need them to show up. All right. I love you all to death. Freak Nation all the way. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Lila Tov. And I will see you all on the next one. Let me see this before I go. JJ, you should start a Phillies podcast and your chat asks questions and stuff and you answer it and or look at rumors. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I have. I may start doing that a little bit more. That's why, though, like, even at the end of games now, I want to come on here and I want to give you guys the floor, too. I did say that eventually what I'm going to do before the playoffs start is I am going to have phone calls, up for you guys to come on in and give live calls during post-game shows. But, yep, I am going to start doing that, and I will try to do some more Phillies podcasts, too, especially now that the Olympics are done. You have a good night, JJ. I love you, man, and I have a lot of respect for you. Have a good night. Sleep well, and I can't wait to come in tomorrow. Thanks, JJ. A lot of fun. I love you guys. AJP, John Morgan, shout out to each and every one of you. Shout out to my members. Shout out to everybody that's on Phillies Nation. And I will catch you all on the next one. Good night, and Lila Tov.